Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Camp Hustle One here, back with another live stream. Kavos, welcome to the stream, sir. Sup, camp? Sup, hustlers? Yeah, man, we're about to do another one, man. About to do another one. Good to see you guys all back here again. All right, let's get into it. Hello, guys. So I am back with another live stream. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff has happened in the last week, and I was able to collect a lot of stories to react to, a lot of funny stuff. And yeah, so I'm not going to waste any time. We're just going to jump right into it. Coke Benny, what's up, bud? You made it too. Hey. So far, yeah, man. Let's hopefully all the hustlers can unite on this one. This is going to be a good one. I promise. I've already had 3 cold brewed coffees, and this is my hot coffee, so I'm ready to go, guys. I'm ready to dive right in. So without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so the first topic we're going to talk about is Donald Trump. He actually made a 13-year-old boy an honorary Secret Service agent, and I believe the child had he was diagnosed with cancer, and I believe I guess the doctor gave him like a couple months to live. I think like something like 5 months to live, and yeah, it's been like I think like 5 or 6 years later, he's still kicking. And so yeah, let's jump into this one. And actually, there's a dual story we're going to be talking to about this one afterwards. One of the hosts of the Breakfast Club had a little something to say. And it was pretty what's it called, career ending. So we're gonna get into that after this. So Coke Bay says they look photoshopped. Yeah, they do actually. I think it's the blurred it's the blurred background. Like this all looks like green screen. Yeah, like they're probably not this close to Donald Trump, but yeah, they just had to get the framing right. All right, so let's hear it.
Joining us in the gallery tonight.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure yeah, this volume is all the way up. All right, we got you guys confirm in the chat if the volume is okay.
Is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
That 13-year-old already has a little mustache. Look at that. Look at that. Huh. Not bad, kid. And wanting to be a cop at such an early age, man. I mean, geez, I don't even know. I don't think I know any friends growing up that wanted to be cops. So yeah, this is a very unique situation here. I'm assuming that's his father. He's like, Dad, why'd you have to pick me up? I guess telling from this guy's shirt, I'm guessing they're from Texas. I think they might be from Texas. I'm thinking. Oh, there's the cowboy hat. I would have been like, Dad, they can see me. You don't need to lift me up. They can see me.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most.
Cabo says it reminded me of the Lion King. Yeah, dude, he's ready to take over. The circle of life is complete.
To live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Okay, so 6 years ago. He was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and yeah, he's still kicking. So good for him. Where did he get this cop uniform from? Party City?
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer actually a number of times. The police love him. The police departments love him.
Wait, how do you get sworn in as an honorary police officer? Do you just have to make like a bunch of snitching requests, like, you know, just turn in a bunch of people and they're like, you know what, you know, you're not old enough to carry a gun, but yeah, we'll definitely get you a costume. That's, I mean, not like, I mean, I'm not really not making fun of this kid. I mean, I think it's great that he wants to be in law enforcement and everything. I mean, everybody has their dreams and stuff, and being recognized by the president, you know, and being an honorary, what's it called, Secret Service agent. I mean, that's great. I mean, does he actually get to sit in on the meetings, or does he just get another costume?
DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Wow. At 13, I mean, this kid can't even drink. It's crazy. I mean, what are they going to give this kid? Like a flashlight and, I don't know, maybe like some rubber bullets, you know? He can't use them yet, but I'm wondering how that's going to work. Like, who's he going to protect? Is he going to protect anybody, or is he just going to, I don't know. What kind of security detail is he going to be on? I mean, he's already got the best Halloween costume already. Aww. You're my new father. So what's the pay gonna be? Is this guy gonna be... I mean, I don't know. I mean, honorary. Does that mean he gets a paycheck? What is it? You're overthinking this, Cam. Okay, probably. Maybe it's the coffee, but I really want to know, like, what does this entail? Like, okay, what changes in this kid's life? You know, he gets a badge, obviously. Maybe he gets to tour, you know, the White House, like, whenever he wants, or I don't know, man. Does he get to stay in one of the 44 bedrooms, whatever? I mean, I'm really curious.
Thank you, DJ.
Well, so now we're gonna see how the Breakfast Club reacted to this. And it was more Jess the mess, whatever. She reacted to this. Jess hilarious, and she wasn't that hilarious about it. But the video is by O'Shea Duke Jackson, you know, one of a regular on this channel, and actually Poetic Flacco also did one. So we can probably, I'm trying to think, because both of these are something I want to watch. I guess we'll start with O'Shea Duke Jackson first, and then we'll watch Poetic Flacco, and then I got another Flacco clip that's going to be coming a lot later in this. So you guys stay tuned for that. For those of you who aren't on Reddit.
Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. President Donald Trump did something very honorable 6 days ago with awarding DJ Daniel a 13...
Wait a minute. We got to go back. That little side. Okay, look at Donald Trump's ear. It looks like it is fully healed from that assassination attempt. Look at that. Or is this the right ear? Because I think he got... Which ear did he get hit on? I think this is the right ear. I'm pretty sure. When I say right, I mean the correct ear. It is. I think it also happens to be the right ear. But yeah, that looks fully healed to me. Okay. Just something I noticed.
With awarding DJ Daniel, a 13-year-old boy, with the title of a Secret Service agent during the joint address. Okay? Daniel always wanted to become...
Okay, Cook Bay says it was the left ear. Was it? Because I'm just picturing when Donald Trump was doing the speech and he was standing I want to say it was the right ear, but I don't know. Hold on. Maybe it was the left ear because he was talking. Maybe it was the left ear because now I'm thinking about it from where the camera was. Yeah, that makes sense. It was the left ear. Damn. So yeah, damn it. You're right.
A police officer, but said that this was his wish. If he was to pass away, he would do this. Okay. And also, he's been told in the past that he would not survive. He had days.
Coke Betty came back. He says, never mind. Don't listen to me. It was right. Was it? Because I'm just trying to picture myself as Donald Trump standing in front of the microphone, and the way the camera was, he did this, but I don't know, because he was doing this, and I'm just looking at myself now on camera, and if that's how it was, the image wasn't flipped. He did this, because I think the podium was to the right of him when he was giving the speech. Not the podium, but there was a screen that he was looking at where he turned his head like this. And by him doing that, the bullet like whizzed by his ear and just like clipped it. Whereas if he had his head facing forward, it would have gone straight through his skull. So, but yeah, I think it was the left ear. I think you're right, Coke Benny. I think it was the left, now that you say it, and now that I'm like looking how myself is on screen. Because I remember specifically it was on this side, viewing it in the videos. And yeah, so I think that's how that went. I don't know. We might need to Google that, or somebody Google that for me. Make sure. I don't want to sound like an idiot anymore. I want to make sure whatever I'm telling you guys is correct.
He's to live, but he's beat the odds. Unfortunately, the issue is some people on the Breakfast Club, including Charlamagne the God, DJ MB, and then Jess Hilarious, made a very controversial statement about the young man.
Active stunt.
It was so effective, right? But
Coke Benny says, I looked it up. It was the right ear. Okay. All right. So, yeah, because for some reason, I was thinking, I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was the right, but then, I don't know. Okay, so it was the right. Okay. All right. I'll take it. I was right, and then I was wrong, because I thought I convinced myself that I was wrong. Okay, so this is Jess Hilarious. This is the woman that has replaced Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club, for those of you that haven't tuned into them recently. She's on there. Also another woman named Lauren. She's also on there as well. And I'm thinking what they were saying is that Lauren might be taking her spot for what she said for this story here.
then you had people arguing, okay, this was race baiting. This little black boy shouldn't have been used as a prop. And I'm like, are y'all like
black?
I don't, whatever, he's a person of color,
No,
obviously.
okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know his
He's not
exact
African American.
ethnicity. But
Guarantee
when
you
I
that.
saw
his
that,
head was nappy.
His head was
Stop
not
it.
nappy at all. It wasn't.
He was black.
the dad,
You
yeah.
think he was black?
His dad was black.
Yeah,
His
it
dad
was-
was holding him up. I don't know if that was his dad, but yeah, it
Not
seemed
that
like that was his
nappy. I
dad.
just
father.
don't think little boy
Yeah,
was
he
black.
was
His hair
black.
wasn't
He's
nappy.
black.
I mean, it was patchy, but it wasn't nappy.
Well,
Now, of course, this caused a lot of people to be upset.
You guys finally want to cancel the Breakfast Club like I've been wanting to do that years ago. They thrive to be uneducated on that show. They love it. They just eat it up. Just Hilarious has never been hilarious. She's never been funny. Sorry, not sorry, but majority of female comedians are not funny.
Hey, I've said that. I don't know if I've said that online, but I've definitely said that in life. I've not found a funny comedian. And I want to say it was Sonic that did a video on a female comedian that got completely butthurt over a heckler. And for you guys, I don't remember the comedian's name. She was so unfunny, but yeah, she like lashed out. She basically was talking to one of the audience members and was asking the audience member like, "Oh, is this your boyfriend or whatever?" And he completely was like, "Why are you trying to make it out like, we're gay or something?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know, whatever." He's like, "I could roast you, And everybody was like, "Oh shit." And then she like completely just like melt down on him, and she was like, "This is one of my last shows, and like you need to stop being mean to me," and all this other stuff. It was crazy. I was like, "Yo, this is like, I know you're a comedian, like, are you supposed to kind of roll with it?" She completely melt down, and it was embarrassing, man. But I mean, I would think as a comedian you need to have like a tough skin, dude. She was a snowflake, and Yeah. But yeah, what you just said, female comedians, I will say the one comedian that really made me laugh was the blonde lady that was on the roast of Tom Brady. Nikki Glazer. She killed. I haven't seen any of her stand up like outside of that roast, but she was the best one out of that entire dais.
Charlamagne the God has not been good since 2013. It's just a bunch of dried up people that are mad because they are only put in this position to where they cannot get out of. And for them to go after DJ Daniel, which is a boy, a 13-year-old boy, as a child that has cancer, that has terminal cancer, and has had surgery after surgery. And so Just Hilarious thinks it's funny to make fun of his head because he has patches of hair that is up there, and she's going to check him about it. This is what's destroying the black community.
And even this lady.
I literally feel like everything has a limit and lines need to be drawn, seriously. And children, to me, are going to always be the limit. Now, Just Hilarious, I get it. You're a comedian, and comedians often will take some risk when it comes to their comedy, but this is not a laughing matter, nor is it humorous. Now, The Breakfast Club in general, that show should have been canceled a long time ago. Let's be honest.
Okay, so this is potential bias that we're now moving. Natalie Cuomo, that was the woman. Thank you so much, Cavos. That was the name of the chick. But yeah, we're now venturing into like, I this was not funny because of the subject was, he had cancer and stuff like that, and cancer's not funny. But I mean, this is all coming from people that are like super sensitive, and they obviously have a bias towards the Breakfast Club, like not liking them. So any joke that's made in bad taste is gonna it's gonna quadruple like how much they hate them, and they're gonna speak out about it. Whereas there are comedians out there that will make fun of tragedies, things that happen, almost like immediately. And, there are people that, they can laugh at that stuff. One person I'm thinking off the top of my head, he's the Indian guy that's like the other half of the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz. I can't remember his name. I want to, it's not, I don't even know his name, but he made a joke about the guy that was shot by the Luigi guy, the healthcare executive CEO. And, he had a really funny, he had like a hilarious set about that whole thing. And I think it was like a YouTube short, but yeah, it was great. Like I actually laughed at it because he was saying like how, I don't even want to butcher it. I'm not even going to butcher it. But he was just saying like, oh yeah, he got shot, whatever. And he's probably looking up, he's looking up at us from right now from hell. And I was like, dude, I don't even want to say anymore, cause I'm just going to butcher it. It's not going to be funny. And, but like I said, circling back, if you're already like one of those people that just can't take any joke, whatever, or see things as jokes, and you get like super sensitive about it, man, it's like I think people just have to like understand that, look, man, it's just a joke. Like, don't take this stuff too seriously, man. Nobody gets out of this life alive. Life is too short to be butthurt over somebody else, and wanting to take up and virtue signal and all this stuff. I'm just like, man, come on, man. Just, it was a bad joke. Sure. But they're just jokes, man.
But to sit on that show and talk about the young man that was honored by the current president, this child is terminally ill, okay? He's a brain cancer survivor, but terminally ill. And you proceed to attack his physical appearance, talking about the patches in his head. Do you have any idea what cancer does to anyone? The chemo and radiation is brutal alone by itself. And we're not even talking about the after effects. And nobody come in my comments and saying, well, what do you know? My husband currently has stage 4 cancer. So yes, I know.
And this is very interesting because she said something similar in 2020 about Chadwick Boseman before he ultimately passed away. My question is to those folks who are talking about his hair and how nappy it is. I'm not even gonna go about Jess Hilarious and her pictures about how her hair looked and all that. The question is, why do you feel that that is funny for you to even talk about that? What makes it funny? Is it because Donald Trump is the one that gave him that opportunity or recognized him? Or are you trying to make jokes? Because one thing is for sure.
That was one of the first things she said. She said that it was like a black play, or like to I don't know the exact words, but basically just using black people as like a good act or something like that. When to get people on his side maybe. But all politicians, after they get elected, their approval ratings go down, and maybe that's what he was saying, like, oh, I'm just I'm trying to recognize this black child to get the black people on my side. But I don't even think that was it at all. I think it was just the fact that this kid is he's a survivor, and also he wants to dedicate his life to law enforcement, and yeah, I mean, I thought it was a nice act that Donald Trump did.
Let that have been a black woman, a black girl, and then some black men get on there and make fun of her patchy hair and say the things that they say about that woman, that young girl. It'd be all kind of fire. And this is what
if it was a black girl and a bunch of black guys like went online and started saying something about like her nappy hair or something like that, dude, they get canceled, man. Everybody knows that like women can get away with a lot more than guys can. And but it's also a thing in the black community where black women will put down men. They'll take them down a peg or two, even if they're being recognized for something, and recognize something good like this. And it's really messed up, but it happens. Sonic Mindscape has entered the chat. What's up, guys? Benny Cabos, what's up, dude? Hey, we got. So we're waiting on a few more to get here, and hopefully all the hustlers can unite, and I can give you guys all your wrenches. Sonic, I don't know if you realize, but yeah, I gave you my moderator status, man, and I'm gonna do that for all of the hustlers. So yeah, appreciate you showing up, man, and I'm looking forward to your next video.
What I want to talk about, and I'm glad that a lot of people did come to the young man's defense, but I do want you to know why it's not even worse. It's because black young boys are expendable, and for you to make fun of innocent young black boys is completely okay in black America.
That's literally what I was saying. It's more commonplace for black women, mothers, to put down their young boys, emasculate them, and just ruin their confidence and all that stuff. And especially single mothers, they will kind of make their young boys be like their pseudo husbands, their son husbands. And yeah, dude, it's really messed up.
All right, especially when it comes from black women. We're gonna be honest. And on one end, if we say something like that about Jess Hilarious and her hairy patches or whatever, oh, now all of a sudden,
dude, that hairline, bro, is crazy. I question every hairline now that I know what men are doing now in the barber shops. I saw like a guy that had like the Homer Simpson or George Costanza, hair on the sides, no hair up top, and I think after the short was over, he had like dreads, like in a hairline that was like right here. And I was like, dude, it's crazy, man. It's like a couple years ago, men were complaining about women with their weaves and their wigs and stuff. And now they're putting on wigs and weaves. It's wild.
Sudden it's misogynist. When a black young woman is hurt or she has brain cancer, and you better not say anything about her or you're going to lose your job. Any black man on any radio station that says something like that on a national syndicated broadcast is fired. But on the other hand, because it's a young black boy who's strong as an ox and beat cancer for 7 years, brain cancer, had to go through all type of situations to get to where he's at, it's fine. Then I'm gonna tell you this. When these young men, and this is not to say all black women are like this, okay? Don't get it twisted. But when these young black men feel a certain type of way towards you, don't sit back and then act like you don't know where it comes from, all right? I see a lot of sisters that throw rocks and hold their hands as if they didn't do anything. Oh, I don't know why this animosity is coming towards me. Because it's so common, you don't even realize it sometimes. And sometimes y'all do realize it. So when y'all treat y'all sons like this, and y'all treat young black men like this, and y'all think that it's okay to do it, and then when them young black men don't want nothing to do with you as they get older, there's a reason for that, okay? When you look at a lot of these young black men that are raised by black women, and then you see them go off to college, and then you start to see what they're choosing, who they wanting to be with, okay? It's situations like this. But ultimately, you want to tell him, well, you need to get over that. Ultimately, you want to tell the young black man, oh, well, see, this is your problem. You got self-hatred. No, I'm going to tell you what it is. A lot of these women have self-hatred. And not only do
the women, they push their sons away, and, you know, the sons grow up and they're the ones that are going to be dating out of their community, man. They're going to be going towards, you know, Latinas or white girls and stuff like that, because, you know, the girls are going to remind them so much of their mother just in their attitude and stuff. They're like, I don't want to deal with that. So, yeah, I mean, and it happens. It happens a lot more often than not. And then the women come back at the men saying that, oh, you have an identity issue or something, you know, like you hate yourself. And when really it's like, you know, you were the root cause of all this, you know. You were the model that they had to work off of, and yeah, they didn't want to have to deal with that.
They hate themselves. They by default hate the young black men in their community, and it's not just always directed at black men. Often, what I find out, usually at this stage, is people that say that have a problem with black people as a whole. But you have to really watch that, because a lot of y'all that are women, you don't know when it's going to be a young person or somebody in your family going to go through that.
They got her looking crazy right here. Holy crap.
See, it's easy to not take the accountability when it's somebody else's child you don't know. What happened when it's your little brother? What happened when it's your little cousin or it's your son? You see what I'm saying? And these young black men need to also have the confidence that, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, the women in my community are not going to be saying things like this. Now, obviously, I know that Charlamagne and other people was right there, and I'm going to get them, but Just Hilarious, she has a history of talking down on black men with cancer or talking down on black people that's sick, and she's doing it trying to make a joke.
And that's one thing. Okay, so that's what I was going to say earlier about female comedians and how they kind of get the whole humor, sarcasm, hyperbole thing incorrect. Like, they think being crass and being like, you know, disgusting, you know, gross out humor is like what is funny, and it's not. Like, I see it a lot with what's that one girl? Can't think of her name. Dark hair, Jewish woman. I know that doesn't narrow it down. Oh, what is her name? Alicia Silverman? Is that her name? Sarah Silverman. That's who she is. She has kind of like gross out humor. And even, what was that one Asian comedian? I can't remember her name. But she has like, they talk about like queef jokes and stuff like that. Like stuff that's just kind of like, I don't know. It's not funny. It's like toilet humor. And there's no like actual build up in their stuff. Everything is very, very simple, very simplistic. And I don't know how these people have audiences. What's her face? The woman that used to date Anthony Jeselnik, oh God, she's kind of chunky. When I say chunky, I'm not talking like Melissa McCarthy chunky, but she is a blonde woman, blonde comedian, white lady, used to date Anthony Jeselnik. I'm sure you guys will know. What's her name? Aquafina? No, that's not her name. What is her name, dude? It's okay. Just look. Let's hold on 1 second, guys. We need to Google this because I need to. I can't continue. I only know it by this way. Anthony Jeselnik. Girlfriend? You guys might. Amy Schumer. Thank you. Thank you, Coke Benny. I knew you'd get it before I could type it out. She's not funny either. And she fills up stadiums. It's crazy. Like, she has a crazy following, but she's not funny at all, dude. I watched her on the roast. She's not funny. I've seen her stand up, and she's not funny. I was just like, I don't know how she's so big. It's crazy.
What are you trying to make a joke for, boo? What is so funny? Cause don't you got a son? Like, this is not funny. This is not a joke. All right. And I know that sometimes we got dark humor and we say stuff, but if you're gonna say something like that, number one, you are on national syndicated radio. From what I understand, that clip was there. They had to remove the clip, okay? And people are upset, angry at Just Hilarious, angry at The Breakfast Club. And for me, I'm concerned as a pro-black because young black men are watching this. And I want to talk about that with Dr. T.S. Johnson. And this is something that we just don't understand. While this might not be happening to a young black man personally, when you see a 13 or 14-year-old boy and they see that DJ Daniel is getting roasted, we might think that, oh, don't nobody care. And then the young black man, he could be saying, oh, you know what? Is this how they gonna treat me? Oh, damn. Okay. Well, I'm not no different than him. So I might as well go ahead on and live my life. Why should I be concerned with staying around in black America? Ain't nothing there for me anyway. I don't want to be mistreated like this. And you'd be surprised at the branding of black women like Just Hilarious. It gets out. Let me just tell you, when you have a bad experience with something, black men or black women in particular, you go out and you tell people, all right? And when black men have a bad experience with the black community, they avoid it. And they become our biggest detractors. And the last thing you want to hear from DJ Daniel, I believe that's his name, is, whoa, when I had cancer, it was the black community and Just Hilarious.
I just remembered the Asian comedian, the female comedian that is really crass. Her name is Ali Wong. And yeah, if you guys watch any of her stand-up, I don't know, man. I don't find any of her stuff funny. I tried. And yeah, she's not funny. Someone was like, dude, she's hilarious. I'm like, nah, man. No. Maybe it's just not my type of humor. But yeah, she's not that funny. And you know, like I said, Nikki Glazer, she's like probably the one and only that I thought was funny in recent memory, but I have not found anybody else, any other female comedians funny. And you know, I'm not saying that they can't be. I'm just saying, you know, it's not my type of humor.
Talking down on me. You know what? Let me go out here and get a white girl. The Republicans, they love me anyway. They didn't make fun of me because I was sick. They welcomed me in. Now, that's not going to be true for everybody, but that's exactly what happens. That's how we lose a lot of our talent in our community. Then we want to sit back and then act like we don't know what happened. Well, why you have so much hatred towards black women and black men or whatever else the case? And don't get me wrong, a lot of black people are nice, but all it takes is a few.
One thing I just thought about, man, is whenever I get pulled over by a cop, if they're a white cop, most of the time I will get like off with a warning. And if it's a black cop, I'm always going to get a ticket. I've never not gotten a ticket from a black cop. I don't know what it is. Sometimes they will also like call for backup or whatever, and they'll have like another cop there, another two cops there and stuff to kind of witness what they're doing. And yeah, bro, it sucks. It's like if I ever get pulled over, it's like maybe I was going, you know, like 45 and a 35 or something like that, like nothing crazy. They'll write me a ticket. And I'm just like, you bastards, man. But yeah, for some reason, white cops, I can, you know, and I treat black cops the same way. I speak to them the same way I speak to white cops. For some reason, man, I've always gotten tickets from black cops. I don't know what it is.
A few. People read comments. People do all that stuff. And they see what's going on. So, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson.
Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson, man. That was just a little something I wanted to show you guys. Just another part of that story with Just Hilarious. And yeah, man, I thought that was kind of messed up. But yeah, the next story we're going to talk about is Fresh. Sonic, this one's out for you, man. Fresh is out here reigniting the beef with our boy Sneeko. And yeah, it's really I don't know if Fresh is using Sneeko as a way to stay, you know, relevant and stuff, or I don't know, get people to talk about him or something like that, because everybody's talking about Myron, you know, and the whole DDG beef that's going on. You know, Fresh has got to have his own beef going on. And I think I know Zerka did, he wrote like he did like a tweet or something, and then Sneeko reacted to this clip that I'm about to show you. I'm gonna have to stop this Fresh clip at one point, because he's actually doing his show A Fresh Start with Gary's the Numbers Guy, and when he goes to doing the clip, his audio is all bad. It's just like, I don't know, he just does not know how to work behind the scenes, even though that's what he does. So I'm once he gets to that point where he says to play the clip, I actually have the actual clip, and I actually have the timestamp of when the clip actually starts, because it's not the very beginning. So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna definitely make sure that you guys have the best audio for what Fresh is trying to talk about. But Fresh is just, he's not that competent when it comes to audio. But here it is.
Boom. It happened. Now, on the podcast, Flacco brought up Sneeko. And obviously speaking, he's doing great. He's doing a fucking awesome rebrand. Happy for him. But I kept it real. Listen, this is what I think about Sneeko. Great creator. He had the actual world by the throat. We'll play a clip actually from No Jumper ourselves so you guys can see how Sneeko reacted to my truthful talk about him in real time.
Let's see the clip.
Wait.
I'll let it play for a little bit so you guys can see how incompetent he is at audio here.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, because it's a reaction. The issue with Sneeko had the world as well. He had the world by the. Let's go over here. Let's take it anywhere. Problem is, I saw a trail. I spoke about this in person.
When I first saw this, I was like, wait a minute, is this my audio messing up? I was looking for like headphone jacks. I was looking for like making sure the audio was all the way up. It was at 100%. And then even my booster was at 300%. I was just like, what is going on here? And then I watched it on my phone and I was like, oh no, this is just Fresh. Fresh sucks at audio. So, I don't know if you guys got a little bit about it. Exo Charles, welcome there. You just made it. Hello, everybody. This week's beef is pure entertainment. All these grifters are getting exposed. Bro, I know, man. We had a really packed week, and I was actually worried that I wasn't going to have anything to talk about, but then it all happened all at once, and I was like, shit, I got too much to talk about this week. So here we are. Coke Benny says, what do you think about Myron firing his employees live on air? Bro, we're going to talk about that. That's on my list. It's on my list of stuff. Okay. We're going to get to it. I didn't watch it live. I think I heard about it on Reddit actually. And then I went back and watched it because I had to watch the build up and how it all started. And we're going to get into it. So yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get you to the actual clip, which is, it's a No Jumper clip. Let me, I have it in my phone on the notes when to start it. So give me 1 second. 1 hour 28, 1 hour 28, right? 50. All right.
It's been
all right. 1 hour 28, 50. All right. So here we are.
Real. I'm not sure if Sneeko has ever heard me talk about him, but I am happy with this new Sneeko. Listen, I've done a video on it. I would talk about it, you feel me, and like on my like stream. This new Sneeko to me is the genius that I fell in love with. Right? Pause. Right?
Yeah. Pause again.
Listen, him and El Monte Films were like my two favorite YouTubers. Right? Mm-hmm. So, but when he was still in the thick of things, man, when like he would like come on, I seen like y'all kind of get like frustrated with like him sort of like trying to like figure out where his identity was, right? Because one day he was like pro this, then next day he was like
I never got frustrated. I think that's more with him.
Here's where I get mad, right?
Yeah.
Sneeko was like,
hold on, because I know you're gonna say a lot.
Yeah.
Sneeko's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, of course.
We agree on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Obviously me and him kind of brought this whole thing of them boys and getting Nick on and stuff like that. And I think that's been super important for waking people up.
Yeah.
But I like Sneeko as a good friend of
Yeah,
mine, and I'm
me
glad
too,
that
though,
he's going back to his artistic roots.
I love this new Sneeko.
Maybe he'll come back to the political world, but if he
Yeah.
doesn't, I support him. But go ahead,
Sure.
bro.
Yeah.
I know you
Listen,
got more.
bro.
Yeah.
Sneeko is a very smart young man.
Yeah.
He's educated. He's an awesome creator.
Yeah.
He's a
He's
great,
special.
a great streamer as well.
Yeah.
The issue with Sneeko is that like he had the world in his hands as well.
Yeah.
He had the world by the throat, say, you know what? Let's go over here. Let's go over here. He could take it anywhere.
Yeah.
The problem is he saw a trail, which I spoke about, this in person on
Yeah.
our show, of money and different genres.
Yeah.
And I was like, Sneeko, you're like a leaf in the wind. You're going here,
Yeah.
here, everywhere. And no, bro, trust me, just stick to one. You'll do fine. But again, where's the money going? He's going. So this is my issue, right?
Yeah.
We were in the UK. But by the
So I disagree with his first point that Fresh has said that he goes wherever the money is going, because Sneeko, even after he lost all of his platforms and then he was just like a Rumble streamer, I don't think I think it was actually before he had like the deal with Rumble. He just was streaming over there. He wasn't making any money. And he was doing a lot of streams. He was still working for free. And even now that he's on X, he's doing a lot of this stuff for free. And his most creative vlogs that are coming out right now, this is all for free. So he's not going where the money is. He's actually just putting out content that he loves to put out. And I think Fresh is just so like focused on making money and stuff. Like he's just so money driven that he thinks everybody, every move that they make and stuff is so that they can try to make money and stuff. Yeah. Sneeko, before he, got kicked off of everything. Yeah, he was making money and stuff. But he's also a very versatile creator where he can do, sit down podcasts. He can do IRL streams. He can do a lot of stuff. And I think that makes him more versatile as a creator rather than, Fresh, who has to have somebody else there at least to drive the show while he chimes in every once in a while. So in terms of and Fresh has already acknowledged that Sneeko is a incredible content creator. But he just his whole stance is that, he just kept going where the money was. I'm like, I don't think that wasn't what he was driven. He's he's very similar to Myron in a way of just wanting to be open and honest and, his whole motto of seeking truth and stuff like that. Whereas, Myron is not money driven either. He's more concerned with, putting out the message and stuff and damn the consequences. So I think in a certain way, both of Myron and Sneeko are very similar in that way. Whereas Fresh is more like, hey, let's just play it safe. Let's, let's not lose all of our platforms. Let's live to stream for another day. And I think that's why he doesn't like to burn bridges. He doesn't like to talk really much because he doesn't want to mess things up. So
I mean, you think
hold on.
talking about them boys, bro?
Yes, you can.
Coke Benny says, I see Myron is still on Dem Boys. Yeah, bro. He's not. He actually. I watched the rest of this before I didn't watch it. I listened to it before I got off of work, and Myron. It almost felt like Myron was doing a whole, not a Fed Reacts show, but I guess it was very similar to Fed Reacts, how he was giving information and stuff like how he would on that show. And the hosts of this, Flacco and Adam22, they asked him stuff that was pretty good questions in terms of the controversy that surrounded them, in terms of black people jumping on them, and then the whole thing with Kevin Samuels, and then further along down the line about getting demonetized and all that stuff. So and then the whole gay allegations as well. They had time to talk about that too. And Myron, he always goes to the explanation of the guys how he was a late sleeper or whatever. The guys broke in his room and took that picture really quick and laid on his chest and everything. But he never talks about the concert. Never talks about going to the concert, hugging the guy, kissing him behind the cheek, and all this stuff. He always goes to that one picture. He doesn't explain anything else. I'm just yeah, they should have got him on that one, but they didn't.
I say here, I told him to his face,
Okay.
online and offline.
Okay.
Here's the issue, right?
Yeah.
You can't have both. Either you're gonna have a talk about them boys or have success and money. You can't have both. So
Yeah.
this what I know Sneeko wanted. He wanted success. want to be as big as Kai, Aiden, all these people. So I said, Sicko, listen to me, bro. Don't be Myron. He's doing his thing. You are gonna be cooked. You get on this path, bro. Listen, I know you love the.
Don't be Myron. He's doing his thing. I mean, at least Fresh is being open and honest, and you know, it's like Myron's at that point now where he can actually just like he understands that Fresh's whole point, Fresh's whole like angle and everything, and how he's just trying to protect what they have, and Myron's the one that's going to keep pushing it forward. Somebody tried to break into a car. You guys hear that? But that's not my car. That's not my horn. That's not my car.
Stuff, mixes some money now, and the long run is gonna fuck you up. No, bro, I don't get nothing, bro. I'm gonna do my thing. Da da da.
Free speech.
Mind you, I was there in UK when he got the email from YouTube.
Oh man.
Oh, your channel's banned.
Can you guys let me know if you hear that horn in the background?
He was shook for like a good 5 minutes. He was like this. I'm like, Sneeko, listen, bro. You have a chance to bring this back and go in this direction. He doubled down. And listen, I wish him all the best. I think he's a great creator. The problem is that you can't have both.
But bro, they did kind of. It wasn't even the boy stuff. They bet there was COVID misinformation and
I know
something else, which is
But
bullshit. Because then it's not. Saying the election was rigged.
But then he went
Those
hard-
two things got him a strike.
But then
And
he
I
went,
don't even think you can get strikes for those things.
no,
anymore.
not anymore. It's not.
Okay, you hear it, but yeah, it just stopped just now, so that's good.
Bannable
rid of
anymore.
that, right?
No.
His account should be reinstated.
no.
Fact.
But,
Excuse me. I was gonna mute my mic if it kept going, but now that it's off, I think we're good now.
but hold on. It could have been. And this is where, like, I do shit behind the scenes that people don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonic, I'm glad you're here in the chat, man. I need you to take up for your boy Fresh, okay? Because he here he is. He's leading again with all the stuff he does behind the scenes. I'm just. Why don't you tell us what you do, man?
Talk to a lot of people that are high up. Yeah, YouTube, Rumble, all this shit, right? And
Okay, so he establishes connections with high CEOs and runners, companies, and all that stuff in YouTube, social media sites, and stuff like that. Okay.
I know what can happen if you move a certain way.
Yeah.
The problem is he doubled down on certain things, which is the Jew shit, all that shit. And look, listen, bro, you got a choice to make here. Either you're gonna be big, make money, or not. He chose that path. And listen, I ain't mad at him, but now what is he doing? What he should be doing from the very beginning.
Oh yeah.
So my thing is, you just wasted.
What
all
is
that-
he doing now, though?
Oh my bro.
More
You said
artistic.
art shit.
Vlogs.
Vlogs.
It's
more
artistic, it's cinematic.
Back
bro.
to how it used to be back in the day.
Where's he
Oh,
He's the
posting
greatest
those?
editor. Listen,
X, Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. Bro, listen, bro. Like, I feel like his magic is he's probably like top 3 greatest editors I think I've ever seen like, on
100%.
YouTube.
Really?
100%.
Oh, bro, bro, which is why like I got so frustrated because I'm like, bro, Sneeko, nigga, yo, you are a genius. Like, you are a literal genius, right? Like, you don't need again, bro. Like, there's certain people like y'all who rise to the top, right? Because like one, like your work ethic, two, like like y'all are special, right? But you doing this, you will probably like go down to like the dumps of like like the rest of the guys who are like in the manosphere before you become Fresh and Fit. You'll probably become those guys first, which is why I never seen that, right? But hey, listen, man, I'm happy he's doing it right now. But somebody else though, who they probably regret their decisions, of like transitioning to this path, is somebody who like y'all forgave, which I did. I don't quite understand why you forgave this person. Pearl.
No.
Okay, so that's all that they talk about on Sneeko. I just wanted you guys to see this because the audio is good, and what Fresh put on his show, you can't hear the audio at all. It's horrible. So we're gonna go back to his video, and then actually, hold on, let me make sure because I know on Reddit I have another version of this. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Actually, hold on. Okay, yeah, so Sneeko, he reacted to this, so we're gonna listen to this.
I give Sneeko all the time because I think he is moving in different
Hold on,
directions at all
one
times.
second.
Now, it's not a bad thing.
I want to make sure that the audio is good here. It sounds a little low here. Yeah, it's at 100. Let's put it 300. Save this. All right, let's start it over. So now Sneeko is reacting to it.
I have a quote I give Sneeko all the time because I think he is moving in different directions at all times. Now, it's not a bad thing as creator.
Look at the oh shit. Look at the comments here. Download volume booster. Their producer is trash. Download volume booster. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, dude, Fresh, that's why I'm a better content creator than you. Because you only know how to do one thing, sit on a podcast. That's it. Like, that's just facts. This is not beef or whatever. I'm able to make vlogs. I can do podcasts. I can stream. I can do IRLs. I can interact with different people. You sit there on the podcast and then say simping and cars all day. That's what you do. So you think I'm a grifter because I'm good at all content and you're like...
He actually just says BBC. He says his little intro. He says she's got no ass. Just says a bunch of catchphrases. Think about this. And he stutters when he's not making catchphrases. So that's pretty much it.
Like, and you're not, because you just sit on the... Even this, you're not... This isn't good. The audio's shit. It's slow. The lighting is bad. The setup is weird. Do you think that grifting is being able to be more than just a one-trick pony? Chet, is anything I'm saying wrong?
The problem is, ideology is rooted in something. You go from this ideology to that ideology, it becomes kind of weird. Because all the time, you know what, bro? I think you're a leaf in the wind. My opinion, I could be wrong, but I think I'm right.
Well, what exactly does that mean, leaf in the wind?
So,
you see how shit the audio is?
As the wind blows.
Cabo says, do you think this beef is happening because of how poorly his podcast went? Maybe it's for promotion or something. BBC gang. That's a good theory, actually, Cabos. I think that there aren't enough eyeballs watching him when he goes live. Like I'm not subscribed to him, so I'm not really tuned in to anything that happens. So yeah, I do think that he has to have some type of controversy to get people to pay attention, because he realizes that, people really only watch Fresh and Fit for Myron and his points and stuff like that, and they know that Fresh doesn't really contribute anything of substance. Does that sound good to you, Sonic? I'm trying to soften the blow a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it's like if Fresh was to, I think Sneeko actually brings this up. I think if Fresh was to actually go completely solo and try to like run a podcast completely on his own, I don't think he would be successful. I don't think anybody would watch. It's like you have to have somebody else there that is competent, that can keep the conversation going and not have any pregnant pauses. And for some reason, I just don't think Fresh has it in him to really like lead a podcast ever. So that's what I think.
Those leaves go up, down, left, right, all over.
So you're saying he's a politician and he flip-flops?
Until they eventually fall to the ground.
Gotcha.
That's the analogy I give for Sneeko. And listen, call me a hater.
I'm extremely successful still. Like you're acting like he's like, oh, the sad case of this loser failed thing. Fresh, if you try to do solo, let's be fucking real, since you want to talk shit. Fresh, try to do something solo. Do solo content, see how far you fucking go. You have YouTube. I don't have YouTube. What could you do? In every aspect, let's be objective. This is not dick sucking. I'm a better content creator than Fresh. Does he not get that at all? Is that not obvious to everyone, or am I fucking...
Okay, so one person in the chat said Fresh has been vlogging forever. That's true. That's true. But you guys did see that when he did that one vlog where he had... oh man, what was the name of that content creator? The black guy where he confessed about the whole paying half of the bracelet with Daisy, whatever. I can't remember his name. Anyway, you notice that vlog was so disjointed. It was just kind of flowed from one thing to another, and it didn't really have any type of like, it was so random, And I was like, dude, this is awful. This is just, it's like a compilation of just like somebody's phone videos, that they just strung it all together. And yeah, I was like, this is not good content. So Sonic said, trust me, Camp, if you watch just one Fresh podcast episode, you'll understand. Bro, I'm not even going to subject myself to that, bro. You I don't even know if have you watched a full episode? I need to hear the honest truth from you. Are you just, I need to ask you, have you actually sat and watched an entire episode from front to back? Cause I can't get through like more than a couple minutes, man, without like my brain just like screaming at me to please turn this off. Like I'm dying. I need oxygen. Exotrial says, I think it's pure jealousy. Sneeko is everything Fresh wants to be. Tall, in shape, handsome, articulate, and entertains people. Yeah, I mean, and I think he knows that. He went in and said, he's like, dude, he's a great creator. He's charismatic. He has amazing editing skills. He's very versatile. He can do all these things. And yeah, Fresh, he has a monetized YouTube that he is scared to really do anything. You know, like he's just like, look, I'm just going to do kind of like a subpar podcast, you know, a little bit smaller in operation, you know, not much production value and stuff. And I'm just going to definitely have somebody else on there so I can make something, you know, make some actual content. Like he had a couple dating coaches on there. He had the Redbeard guy that, you know, will only date teenagers and stuff. I mean, it's just Fresh cannot do it alone. He can't. I don't think he has it in him to do it alone because he's been a sidekick for so long. He wouldn't know where to start. He would probably start his stream halfway through and realize, oh, none of this stuff is plugged in. So wait, hold on. Yeah. Cook May says it's just because he's been vlogging forever. Doesn't mean he's good at it. Yes, very true. You could definitely just upload and never actually watch back and read the comments and stuff like that and just keep going and have like this delusion about yourself that, yeah, people, they love my streams, man. They love watching me buy a new car and, you know, and flex and stuff. People love that stuff. No, we don't. I don't give a fuck. Sonic says, yes, I have, from front to back. Yes, sir. Wow. I'm very impressed, bro. I really am. You really have a level of patience that I thought I had. I don't have. And I have 2 children, you know? I don't know how you have the patience to sit through and listen to this guy talk. It's crazy. Coke Benny says he probably super chats to himself too. Dude, he definitely has multiple accounts and just to, you know, get the ball rolling. You know, you put a little bit of money in the collection plate and stuff just to kind of like let people know, hey, this is a real operation. Okay. Exo Trials, I used to watch FNF a lot, like 2 years ago. But yeah, bro, I think we all did. I mean, I used to like listen to them because they would have like these 2 to 3 hour live streams. And, you know, every once in a while I would like stop working and actually like look and see what they're doing because they'd be kicking somebody out or, you know, I don't know. Some girl will be on there saying something crazy and I'll be like, I gotta see what this lady looks like, because it's crazy when you hear a woman that is entitled just in voice only, because then you want to see like, hold on, what's this person look like, because I want to make sure that they're not completely delusional, because you know some people like they're like 8, 9 or whatever and they have like this crazy confidence about themselves. You're like, okay, I can see that. But when they're like overweight, like maybe a 3, maybe a 4, and they're talking like this, it's just like it's crazy, you know. So I always like to kind of match the voice with the actual physicality of the person. Sonic says, bro, remember when Sneeko used to defend Fresh, especially back when Most Critical called out Fresh for the 1,000th body count? How the tables have turned. Yeah. And, you know, I think Sneeko actually brings that up in this video. He says, dude, I used to take beefs for Fresh. You know, I used to defend him all the time. And now he's just going on public podcasts, just like completely roasting me. And, yeah, it's like at the end of the day, Fresh is a snake. He's a snake, dude. And, I think even he admits on the podcast with the No Jumper that, you know, about the whole fake Van Cleef and how he had to go and pay for the real one and stuff. And Myron's sitting right there, just kind of like chuckling along. And I was just like, oh, okay. Because I remember that was going to be one of my questions that I was going to call in. And I was like, dude, Myron, how do you deal with the fact that Fresh lied to you on air in front of your entire audience about not paying for the Van Cleef bracelet, but then he later admitted that he did. And now he's admitting it now, and you're just chuckling along. So I'm guessing I guess he came to terms with it. I guess it's fine. You know, I mean, that's kind of like the answer I got from, you know, just the way that he was acting and stuff. So, Cook Benny says, oh, sorry, hold on. Exo Charles says Sonic Mindscape. Yeah, Sneeko has also defended Fresh against Zerka when the beef started last year. I remember that too. Yeah, and, you know, I think Zerka was going in a lot harder, man. He was talking about actually, like, taking him out, making sure that the whole podcast completely, like, ends and stuff, because he's just like, I hate Fresh so much. And, but yeah, I think Fresh still holds those thoughts against Zerka, you know, about the whole, you know, kissing 16-year-old girls and everything. And, you know, and then Myron, he's in this weird, precarious position where, like, he will still defend Zerka, but what Myron says, because I think he says it in the No Jumper podcast, is that not everything has has to be on air. It has to be online. You know, like if you're going to hold somebody accountable, you don't have to do it online. You know, and that's kind of inferring that maybe he didn't hold Zerka accountable. But then again, maybe he's just like, look, whether I did or didn't, it's not going to be online for everybody to see, you know, which I'm just like, I don't know, man. That's how Myron is. He just doesn't want to, you know, he doesn't feel comfortable doing that with, I guess, Zerka or Nick or anything like that. He even says he disagrees with Nick Fuentes in terms of like the whole race mixing thing and stuff. But whenever Nick is around him, he'll never say he disagrees with him, you know? Cook Penny says, FNF's kingdom's falling apart in real time. Bro, the thing is, man, they're a lot more open now with their division and the way that, you know, like now that Fresh is kind of like the cat is out of the bag, you know, like he's like, look, don't be like Myron. You know, he knows that Myron is the problem. He's like put it out there that Myron is the reason why the podcast is where it is, you know, and Myron can just laugh at it. He accepts it, you know? And I think also in this same podcast, Adam 22 asked the rumor, is this really a 50-50 partnership? You know, and then I think Myron and Fresh both said yes. They're like, yes, this is a 50-50 partnership, because he's like, I know that there were some rumors online that Fresh owns the whole thing and Myron is just working for him. We just wanted to make sure that was true or not. And then they're like, no, we it's 50-50 down the middle. So I was like, oh, okay. Because now it's because I was gonna say, I was like, you know, that would kind of make sense why he wouldn't get rid of Fresh if Fresh is the main contributor in terms like financially to the podcast, and that's why he can't get rid of him. But yeah. Cookman says not everything has to be on air, yet he fires his employees on air. Bro, that's a fucking great point. Holy shit. That was a good one, bro. That actually, well, I was gonna say it was because it was a woman, but I forgot it was a man and a woman that he got rid of. But yeah, dude, that's true. That's true. I mean, these are people behind the scenes. Granted, you know, I don't even know what these people look like, the ones that he fired, but yeah, that was pretty public, and he really wanted to just make a point, I guess. But you know, Cook, man, that's a good fucking point, bro. Kyle says, well, Myron definitely didn't have those feelings for those two boys he fired. Bro, Kyle was like, dude, he said great minds think alike, man. That's what that is, man. And it's like that's more of the hypocrisy of Myron. Okay, I keep trying to like drill this into like people's heads that Myron says it doesn't matter what you do. If you are good to him and you're like a friend of him or he's worked with you before, he doesn't care what you do. To still be loyal to you. Like, it doesn't matter what bad stuff you do, he will still be loyal to you if he's worked with you before and he has a relationship with you. I guess that doesn't extend to like employees, you know, like lower end background employees of Fresh and Fit, man. They are expendable. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this now, because I was going to say this during the clip, but I'll go ahead and say it now. They're not making the same type of money. They're not making $70,000 a month now, you know, because they're demonetized. So every little bit helps. Okay. If you have 2 employees you can drop and not have to worry about paying. That's just my theory. It was a little bit easier for him to get rid of those people because he's just like, look, man, you guys are non-essential. And now that I know that you guys are causing problems, I don't have to pay you guys anymore. You know, I just needed one thing to get rid of you guys. And I think, you know, he has to start trimming the fat. And I think that played a big factor. And that was one of the things I thought about like almost immediately. I was like, okay, so this is definitely some controversy that he's drawing up so that people are going to talk about it and stuff. But I also think that there's a double meaning to it. Like, he's doing it because he doesn't want to pay these people anymore. You know, that's like one less person. Maybe it's like $1,000 a week or something like that he can now keep that for himself or keep it to split between him and Fresh. And that's immediately what I was thinking about. I was like, yeah, he's just trying to save his money now. Sour Muffin, welcome back. I haven't seen you since I think like 2 or 3 streams ago. Good to see you back again. He says, I just went on a 5 Nights at Freddy stream as a streamer saw Mangle, and they said I'd smash. What? I responded, the fuck you say to my kid? The funny thing is, you're playing a FNAF game. Dude, I haven't heard I haven't heard of that game in a long time. I know that, the kids are loving that shit, the whole Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'd smash Mangle. I don't remember I don't even know Mangle. I know like I know the teddy bear. I know the duck. Is it a duck or is it like a chicken? I think it's Chica. And then there's like a wolf. And then there's like a golden bear. I don't know about Mangle. Let's see. Coke Benny came back. He says they can cuck him and he'll still be loyal to them. Bro, it's true. It's very true. He says, welcome to the stream, Sour Muffin. Yes, sir, man. Welcome back, I should say, because I remember the name. I remember the name. You were on a previous stream before. So yeah, let's get back to this.
Fucking losing my mind.
I think I'm telling you the truth. You want me to lie to you? You want me to sit here and be like, oh, bro, yeah, keep doing that shit.
I'm not hating, but just stop lying, Fresh. Stop lying. I'm a leaf that fell on the ground. Jay, am I overreacting? You're saying like, don't look back. Am I supposed to just like, oh, well, this is what he believes? Bro, he's doing Abba and Preach. He's being Abba and Preach right now. A guy that I defended for Moist Critical, all these. I took beefs defending this fucking guy.
There you go. That's literally what. that's what you guys said earlier, is that he took beefs for him and now he's like snaking him right now. It's really messed up, dude. Fresh is just like, I hate to say it, man, but I kind of wish we could have gone back and put the genie back in the bottle, and I hope or put the coconut back in the tree, or whatever you want to call it, dude. I think he needs to go back to being fucking silent, because now that he's talking, dude, he's talking way too much, and he's starting beefs and all this other stuff. I'm just like, bro, it was actually, I didn't realize that it was better when you shut the fuck up.
Your career. No. I'm gonna say as a friend, listen, bro, this is what it is. And what happened is we did a podcast.
Then, as a friend, shut up and say it privately, not on podcasts, on major podcasts when I'm trying to get unbanned, where you're lying and saying I got banned for anti-Semitism. What type of friendship is that?
That's literally what I just said, dude. Like, if you're this friend, I don't know how you don't need enemies if you have friends like Fresh, obviously, because Fresh will snake you, he'll talk bad about you, and he'll just act fake around you. Like I don't like that. Because I know that Sneeko was on Fresh and Fit recently. I think, they had him on, and then I think the show after that they had DJ Academics. He came back. But yeah, Walter and Sneeko, they had like a little bit of a back and forth on that, and I think it was, I can't remember exactly the context, but I just remember that Fresh, he had said something to Sneeko, and Sneeko was like, "Dude, you always got to make it awkward." He was saying something that was cringe.
On my show,
okay,
spoke about it. People said, "Oh, bro, Fresh is hating." Da da. You know what happened? 2 months later, or no, 3 months later, Fresh was right. Duh. I mean, it's common sense. Okay, common sense, gang. But again, I'm harsh because I tell them the truth. Really? Am I a hater?
You can't spell the word truth without the word hurt.
Ooh.
So here's the point: when you actually when you actually tell people the truth, you.
The way. Yeah, see, like I literally can't. That's how. What is this podcast? If he's working behind the scenes so much, the audio, you'd be able to hear the fucking audio. If the CIA agents and the FBI people that he's behind the scenes networking with, they couldn't tell him that his audio, there's noise suppression on OBS.
So this argument of posting vlogs on X is, to me, lame. I'll tell you why.
But tell me.
Just because you post on X for free, which you're not, you get paid, roughly.
Probably
not much at all, but to be fair, it's
7-year cycle stuff.
I think it's great. Listen, he's a hard worker. He works really hard. I can't take that away from him.
And by the way, let me just say this. Sneeko will work.
Yes.
He will be the first guy up in the morning telling other people to go to work. When we're in D.C., he's calling us at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. Yo, let's go.
He is content,
so he's a hard worker.
Here's the issue, right? You can work hard, but working smart is better. Listen, the vlogs being posted on X is great for exposure. I will admit that. But here's the issue, right? Look at Sneeko back in his prime. He had the youth.
Hey, dumbass. You just said that everything I do is for money. How are you?
Yeah, that's the problem with Fresh, is that he likes to go on these tangents, man. He never like follows through with a thought. He like goes from one point and then he's like, actually, let me tell you why. And then he just never tells you why. He just goes on something else. I'm just like, that's why I hate listening to Fresh, because it's like if you just write down, if you're sitting here and you're like taking notes and stuff while he's like speaking, you can actually hold him accountable and be like, hold on. Before you go on to that point, I need you to finish this point, what you just said, because you're starting to talk about something else now.
Are you getting past that point? 101 days in a row, I didn't make money from putting all the energy to that.
He's like 27 years old. What could his prime be?
prime time on YouTube and being a creator.
Okay.
Sonic says, laugh my ass out, bro. Fresh thought he said something insightful. Laugh my ass off. It's cliche mountain. Bro, I know, man. And that's, I mean, I think that's the issue with him is that he honestly thinks that he's interesting and what he knows and stuff, but he like doesn't let us know. He's like, no, I can't sever these relationships. I can't put people out there. I have to protect these people, but I'm still gonna let you know that I know these people. And I'm like, who are you talking about, Fresh? He's like, I'll just leave it there.
And I just keep it real, man, because like, dude, Cinco could have been, like, he can still be.
What is he talking about? What is he talking about? Make an argument. Say a sentence.
Thank you. Sneeko is basically saying everything I've been saying about Fresh, and even though that they've been boys and stuff, it's just like, yeah, it really.
I have a quote I give Sneeko.
It kills me, man. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back to my list of stuff. So Fresh is over here burning bridges. So let's read what he wrote on X. Sneeko exposes Fresh. Oh yeah, here we go. Gotta get the audio up here. All right, here we go. So apparently, Fresh, he basically did a video of Sneeko driving the car, and I guess he's got all these girls in there. Maybe it was the girls after the show that they did, but it says, "I can play dirty. Me lie about you for what? Keep playing with me. I got videos for days. Haram police, get this N-word." And yeah, Fuzi exposes Sneeko for grifting Islam and being a fake Muslim on camera. So, hey, K5, welcome back, sir. Just got on. Yeah, man, we're talking about this whole beef between Fresh and Sneeko, and we're wondering if it's a PR move to get eyeballs onto Fresh, a Fresh Start, that whole podcast starring Fresh, and he's sacrificing Sneeko to get some clout.
I could play dirty, me lie about you. For what? Keep playing with me. I got videos for days. Haram police, get this nigga. And it's Fresh filming me filming. I can't ever be friends with Fresh again. I'll say that. So some people saying he wants to clear stuff. Academics call me and said he wants to squash it, but I decided that no, I can't really ever make amends with somebody who's saying, I got videos for days. This is like what an ex-girlfriend does when she's mad that you broke up with her. You got videos for days? So that means the whole time that we were friends hanging out, and what he means is like he has videos of me at the club and going out, maybe with girls, I don't know. But the whole time we were friends, he was thinking, oh, I have ammunition that I could one day use against him. And that happened before. And he quote tweeted it happening before, where Fuzi said,
yeah,
a fucking bitch and everything.
Making it public, man. It's like, I don't know. This is just, it's bitch behavior in my opinion. Exo Charles came back. He says, Fresh level of self-awareness is under 9,000. Coke Bay says, Fresh will probably say he's just trolling. Yeah, he has said that actually. When he was wearing the white shirt on Fresh and Fit, and he was like telling Sneeko how, you know, he made a bad decision and stuff. I mean, I'm gonna say like the last like 5 minutes of that whole like grilling process, he's like, I'm just trolling you, you know. It's like, so what's the point, man? What's the point of you airing all this out and, you know, taking me down and saying all this stuff that, you know, saying that I made a mistake and how you know, if I knew saying the truth was going to be risky and stuff, why did I do it? You know, it's really, it's a level of pettiness that you would think you would get from like a person that hated you, which Fresh has very good reason to hate Sneeko, because he is more talented than him, and he would probably make a better co-host than him. But that's just it. It is what it is, man. Kawa says, I'm confused. What is Fresh trying to expose? I guess the fact that he's got like 7 or 8 girls in this car with him, and maybe they're gonna go somewhere. I don't know, or maybe he was just giving them all a ride or something. I don't know. I don't know what this is exposing either. Actually, it's just girls in the car. It's not like it's not like they're flashing him or anything crazy. It's just Sneako's driving. He's got one hand on a camcorder, another hand on the wheel. He's not out here like groping these girls and stuff. He's literally just driving, and yeah, I don't know. It's like out of context, this isn't that bad, But when he says, I can play dirty, lie about you for what, keep playing with me. I got videos for days, haram police. And it's funny because this one person in the comments of, I think, Sneako's video says, like, Fresh is being the haram police right now. It's just like, yeah. But yeah, I'm right there with you, Cabos. I'm trying to figure out, like, what is Fresh trying to say here?
City. So no matter what, I'm never going to be friends with Walter Weeks again. Sure, things could be squashed or whatever. We could sort things out. And I'm going to be cordial because Myron, I really respect and care about Myron as a brother. I see him that way. So I'm not gonna entertain this beef anymore or whatever. It's just that's it. Keep playing with me. I got videos for days. Haram police, get this nigga. He's using my religion to try to discredit me. And saying that he has ammunition to go and ruin my career. Hope you know what this means. This means the whole time he's like, this I could use against him. He was looking at me with some jealousy and some hate the entire time. Because I never think about that. I never think about this when it comes to my friends. I got dirt on you. Yeah, no, it's very feminine. It's this is what girls do.
That's literally what I said. The whole angle, this whole like I can play dirty. He sounds like an ex-girlfriend. Like this whole like I hate everything about you, so I'm going to tear you down and stuff. This is literally what it is.
I almost feel bad even talking about it, but I have to because it's my reputation and everything. And I've taken beefs defending this guy Fresh. The whole Moist Critical thing was defending Fresh when he said that he has 1,000 bodies. I took a lot of heat defending this dude. And that whole time he was looking at me with one eye closed. I'm creating a file so that the Haram police can ruin you. And the reason he's saying this because I voiced to him privately as a friend how the Haram police bothers me. You guys have seen it happen before. You've seen similar, I don't need to go into detail, but you've seen this happen before to me. And
wait a minute. Homeless Albanian man vandalizes Fresh's car, and that's Zerka right there.
Other people, I said.
Okay, yeah, so that's funny.
It's been several months. I'm not friends with those people anymore. You know why it's feminine? Because he didn't say like if he's pissed, he's like lie about me for what? Keep playing with me. Men who are like keep playing with me, like let's scrap, let's fight. This nigga's saying I got videos. He's not saying keep playing with me. Catch these hands. He's like, keep playing with me. I have videos of you that could ruin your career. Like Epstein blackmail. That's what he's threatening. So after this, whatever he wants to say, all this stuff, you're never my friend again. I could play.
Yeah. And, a lot of people were just saying Fresh is a bitch for this. And I honestly agree that Fresh is he's a bitch, man. Haram police bothers me. Isn't this dude the same retard saying how the Haram police is great because it keeps everybody in check? Kid wants to act like he's a retarded clown on camera and not expect the Muslims, his audience, to not call out his poor shit behavior. Yeah, man. A lot of this stuff, who knows where they were going, if they were going to a club or whatever, but that was that. Let me go back to what I was doing here. So, I think, okay, so let me get that. So yeah, he's basically reunited this whole beef with Sneako, and I've seen a few other things as far as I think Sneako he's just not going to entertain it, because I think he can see like the whole picture, kind of like how we see the whole picture, that he's just doing it so people will talk, so that people will kind of go over and see what's going on with Fresh, when really it's just like Fresh has to do that for attention. So I want to say if this we can probably watch the rest of this video. It's only like 9 minutes, but yeah, let's check it out. The rest of this.
Boom. Oh, let's see the clip.
Wait.
And I'm going to fast forward this since we've already seen the clip in its entirety. Let me play back.
Wait.
Yeah, because it's a reaction. The issue with Sneako, I had the world as well. Yeah, the world. Why the let's go over here. Take it anywhere. Problem is, a trail, which I spoke about, this person on our show, of money and different genres. I know Sneako, you can win. You're everywhere. No,
we finna win, huh?
So I have a quote I give Sneak all the time because I think he is moving in different directions at all times. Now, it's not a bad thing as creator, not content. I get that part. But the problem is,
It's crazy when I play this at 2 times speed. It's actually the same speed that Fresh talks, and that's why he stutters so much.
So as the wind blows, leaves go up, down, left, right, all over.
So you're saying he's a politician, he flip-flops.
Until they eventually fall to the ground.
Gotcha.
That's the analogy I give for Sneeko. And listen, call me a hater. I think I'm telling you the truth. You want me to lie to you? You want to say, like, oh, bro, yeah, keep doing that shit, bro. Keep doing that shit. It's going to ruin your career. No. I'm going to say the friend, listen, bro, this is what it is. And what happened is we did a podcast on my show.
Okay.
Spoke about it. People said, oh, bro, Fresh is hating, da, da. You know what happened 2 months later? Or 3 months later? Fresh was right. Duh. I mean, common sense. It common sense again. But again, I'm harsh because I tell them the truth. Really? I'm a hater?
You know you can't spell the word truth without the word hurt.
Ooh.
So here's the point: when you actually when you actually tell people the truth, you hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, just like you can't spell lie without
And listen,
a lot of other
to
words.
Sneako's credit.
Okay, so when he said this, you can't spell lie without some other words, I immediately thought of the word belief. You know, you can't spell lie without beliefs. So I guess whatever you believe, whatever, you gotta, there's a lot of lies, I guess, that you could collect and you could believe the wrong thing.
Hey, he roast me too. My stutter is terrible. I agree, 100%. Shout out to you, bro, for telling me that. Keeping it real. It might be hurtful, but it's truthful. I don't get mad about it. It's what it is. But when I say
When Fresh said it might be hurtful, I was immediately thinking, yeah, it might be hurtful to us, our ears, for hearing you. But he meant himself. Of course, he's always thinking about himself.
it's an issue, I don't get it. But let's continue the clip, man. All right.
The way I see it, like I literally can't.
Yeah, this audio is horrible, guys. Let's keep going.
That's how he.
Like, I don't know how you don't.
If I talk about
Like, just take this down, Fresh. Take it down because it's awful.
I got the content creative and it's make something approaching it like these are the talking about turns it into a job, and that's exactly why I didn't get a job. I didn't want to be the robot plugging in the same. Yeah, I make vlogs. Yeah, I stream. Yes, I talk about relationships. I talk about everything. That's what I mean. But again, where's the money going?
Okay, hold on.
And also, that's just a fucking lie, Fred. If I was going where the money was going, then why the fuck would I talk about the Jews like you're saying? What the fuck are you talking about? If I was going where the money was going, would I start talking about Red Pill? Like, bro, what is he talking about? My friends.
You know what I think is happening and why the audio keeps going in and out is because Fresh, for one, does not have headphones, so he can't hear how bad this is. He probably is just playing it, the laptop so loud that it's coming through his microphone. That's how he's doing it. He doesn't have it set up to where, you know, there's like a whole separate channel for the audio, and it's simple stuff like that he just doesn't know.
Saying that I go where the. Why am I vlogging for free on X, Fresh? 101 vlogs in a row for free. What the fuck are you talking? Right after Flacco says, yo, these vlogs are amazing, that I make no money for, Fresh like, he goes where the money goes.
Pause.
Where's my check?
Those two things. He's kind of emotional.
Pause. So this argument of posting vlogs on X is, to me, lame. I'll tell you why. Just because you post on X for free, which you're not, you get paid, roughly.
Probably like 10 cents.
Yeah, not much at all, but to be fair, it's
7-year cycle stuff.
So wouldn't that actually go against what you're saying? Yeah, he's getting paid. Technically, he's getting paid like a couple cents, whatever. He's not getting paid crazy like YouTube or whatever. And I mean, what is that? I mean, if he's saying, "Oh yeah, you are still getting paid," like, no, he's getting coins. He's getting change, dude. That's why I'm like, I don't know, man. It might as well be nothing.
I think it's great. Listen, he's a hard worker. He works really hard. I can't take that away from him.
And by the way, let me just say this: Sneeko will work.
Yes,
he will be the first guy up in the morning telling other people to go to work. When we're in DC, he's calling us at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. Yo, let's go.
He is content,
so he's a hard worker.
Here's the issue, right? You can work hard, but working smart is better. Listen.
Yeah, and when Fresh says working smart, he means hiring other competent people to do the job. If it's setting up a studio, he's going to find the people that can do the job right. And you know what? Is that valuable? Sure. If you got a guy that's just he's willing to throw his money at people and hire the right people to get the job done because he knows that he can't do it himself, and he has he knows that, that's great. I agree with that. I think if Fresh knows it in himself that, oh, I can't set up a studio, I can't, make sure that the audio is good on all my videos when I do a podcast, I need to hire somebody that has a little bit more know-how than me, and I can still produce something. I can do something as long as I can get the right people around me. But to Sneako's point, he cannot do anything on his own. He has to have other people, and because he has, luckily he has money that he can pay other people to do it for him. Otherwise, you know, he would be just trash online, which, you know, it's a little bit of trash right now because, you know, he thinks he got everything handled, but no, he doesn't.
The vlogs being posted on X is great for exposure. I will admit that. But here's the issue, right? Look at Sneako back in his prime. He had the youth.
He's like 27 years old. What could his prime be?
His prime time on YouTube and being a creator. Okay. And
yeah, he's been creating videos a lot longer than Fresh or Gary, the numbers guy. Like he's been doing this for over 10 years, you know, and Fresh and Fit have only been doing it for about 4 years. So
I just keep it real, man, because like, dude, Sneako could have been, and can still be, I think, to some level, a impactful creative creator, which he is. But it could be even further. And when I say, for example, okay, he follows the money, this is what I'm saying. Ideology is rooted in concrete ideas that are foundationally stable. They don't change. Problem is that I've seen with Sneako is sometimes you're focused on, well, back in the day it was Red Pill. That's what we're in. But we told him, listen, bro, this genre of making content, typically, then you could come in and bounce off of, right? It's like either you're in it or you're not. What happens is
So you can't put one foot in and then take it out. So
No.
either you're in with it or you're out,
not.
but you can't go halfway.
But when you see the money coming in, is
okay, so what about Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate, you know, a lot of his points kind of line up with the Red Pill, but then he also said that they're not Red Pill. He says that the Red Pill is gay. It's just a bunch of dorks that don't know how to talk to women. So would that be considered having 1 foot in, 1 foot out?
oh shit, I'm gonna hop into this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ride the wave train until it dies off. As you saw last time,
so
it died off, and he dissed the Red Pill. I'm like, bro, that's not cool. That's why.
And I don't think Sneako dissed the Red Pill. I think he questioned it because of the motives of it. He said that, you know, he had just gathered from their conversations that, oh, you know, why are we striving to become high value men? Is it to be in successful relationships with women because we're all trying to get vasectomies and not have any legacies and stuff? So what's the point of getting with a woman if you can't build a family? That was his whole angle, and I thought it was a valid point. And it was mainly the quote tweet from Rollo Tomasi saying the quickest way to become a high value man is to get a vasectomy and avoid family creation. And Sneako was like, I don't think I want to be part of the Red Pill if I don't know what a high value man is, because that was one thing he wanted Rollo Tomasi to define, and then Rollo Tomasi couldn't define it, at least in the way that, you know, they wanted. You know, he was just saying that a high value man could be anything. And I just thought that, you know, if you have written all these books on the rational male and stuff, and you wanted to, I guess the audience that you've built have, you know, called you the godfather of the Red Pill, and, you know, you're always talking about being a high value man, but you couldn't define it right then and there. You know, it really shed a light on how there's a lot of things that even Rollo Tomasi like is not crystal clear on. Kava says, this just goes to show that Fresh can't take constructive criticism. He always sees it as hate or an attack. Very true. And, you know, he what he does is that he shuts down. You know, he shuts down. If you hit him with too many valid points, he won't even address them. Like he'll just get quiet and he'll just kind of block you out because he's like, look, I don't need to take this. I don't need to. Like, this is just a hater coming in and just unleashing on me. And it's like, no, man. I think if you want to have any type of success, man, you got to be able to be humble, man, and be down to earth. And I mean, maybe there are a couple psychopaths out there that are just completely, they don't care about what anybody says. And yeah, they become infamous and they go as far as their name will go. We'll take them. But then if you're trying to be like this, I don't know, this down to earth, everyman, ladies man, you know, bachelor, you know, you want to be liked by everybody, but you're hated by a lot of people. A lot of people hate Fresh. you know, and, you know, I know he's just trying to be this like nice guy and, you know, maybe even a high value man, even though he's like, I don't call myself a high value man, even though he had a song titled High Value Man. And he's like, I'm not an alpha, which is purely, that's probably the most honest thing he's ever said. You know, like he knows that. And I think everybody knows that he's not that either. But you know, I honestly, this is what I think. I think that, he needs to be able to watch back an episode and just see how he's performing. I don't know if he can do that though. I don't know if he can actually take in any constructive criticism and really work on what people are saying. You know, like if he just did that, if he was like, look, people think that you're lazy. People think that, you know, all you do is play video games, pay for box, and you kind of like you try to give dating advice when all you do is pay for sex. It's like there's guys out here that don't ever have to pay for sex. You know, we just have good relationships with women and good, healthy communication, and things just happen. You know, but I think with you, everything has to be transactional because you know your limits. You know that it's a lot easier just to pay for it rather than to actually develop something.
I didn't like. No, to be real, it's on this off camera and on camera. So nothing new. Also, religion. Bro, I'm not going to go all the way to there because I don't want to say certain shit, but I'm just saying, listen, this is why me and Myra don't say I'm a practicing Christian or Muslim, because you do that, they expect you to do XYZ.
Then take off the cross, you idiot. Why are you wearing a cross, a crucifix right now? Is it just because it's stylish, you know? Or do you want to portray an image, you know, that you are a godly man? You know? You're just taking the style of a godly man when really it's like, no, that's not it. That's not it at all. You know? I just like the way it looks.
So by those,
then he gets the Haram police on his ass.
Exactly, and he hates that because it's fucked up because you're trying to push a certain narrative and then it's
well, you don't want some guy in Pakistan who's a Muslim telling an American Muslim how to live. So I understand that.
Yeah. So this is why I say what I said. And listen, he called it a lie. I didn't lie about shit, bro. I just kept it real. So
what did you say that was actually a lie?
I don't know. I'm still waiting to see.
So I mean,
still waiting to see.
Listen, this is what I'm gonna say to Sneeko. I first time I met you, I said, you know, listen, you got a lot of potential to take over this fucking game. And I still think, you know, he's a veteran at this. Me and you are still kind of young at this. You're in this for like 4
knows
years.
Shit that we don't know.
I've been at this for 2 years. He's young.
That's what I said. These guys really have no idea. Like right now, both of them are wearing shades indoors. And I think it's to build that little bit of mystery that Fresh was talking about.
Younger than both of us, but he has more experience than both of us combined.
Maybe the guy that Fresh was talking about was Gary. He's like, yeah, I know a guy that goes to the club. He wears sunglasses. Actually, it's probably not Gary because I know Gary has a girlfriend and stuff, or a wife. So I don't think he's the one that goes. Maybe Fresh was just talking about himself. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna revert back to what I originally thought was that Fresh was just talking about himself.
This game. Yep. He knows how to do content. Yep. And he will work his ass off to do content. But at the end of the day, like, you know, he talks about this gambling deal. And he could have got 15 mil for gambling a year. I've yet to understand what the difference is between gambling sports, gambling on crypto, and gambling in the stock market. Because quite frankly, meme coins are a lot more dangerous than anything in sports betting. And again, I told people at the very beginning of the year, if you put 100K in crypto in January 1st, you're down money. You put 100K in Tesla, you're definitely down. But you put 100K in the S&P 500, you're down. But if you were smart and you picked the Philadelphia Eagles to win the Super Bowl, you're up over 100%. So you're not going to tell me that sports gambling is haram when crypto is okay and the stock market's okay. It just doesn't make sense. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, be consistent with this stuff. And again,
I guess the thought about crypto and S&P 500 and stuff, it's all under the umbrella of investment. People are saying, you know, don't play it like you're gambling, you know, like make informed decisions and you know what you're doing, you know, when you are investing your money and stuff, know when to take your money out and, be in groups, I guess, of people that know, when it's about to drop, to make sure that you sell before that happens, because you don't want to be left out. But yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, investing in meme coins is a gamble. Stuff like that. I think that definitely is a gamble, and gambling in sports and stuff like that. Sure. Some people will say all gambling is bad. So, and I guess according to Islam, all gambling and stuff, that's all haram and stuff. Well, yeah, that would also probably say, investing in crypto and all that stuff. Yeah, maybe that is. I don't know. I don't know, because I'm not that. I don't know. I wouldn't have an issue investing in crypto, investing in Tesla stock, or betting on a sports team. Not saying that I have done any of those things, but I have gambled before. I've been to Vegas 5 times, and I've done it. So, but I haven't done it to the point where I'm addicted to it. So I think everything in moderation, man. I think every man should try something, try gambling a little bit, and have fun with it, but don't gamble all your money out of it. Your life savings or your rent money. Don't do that trying to chase, whatever winnings that you lost.
I would rather Sneeko be a Muslim than a degenerate. Much rather him do that. But at the end of the day, when you push religious content, you kind of lock yourself in a certain department, man.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, because all of a sudden, people who are religious, I'm going to make this clear to everyone. I'm not talking to Sneeko anymore. I'm talking to everybody. When people are religious, the people who support them and back them will not do it financially. Doesn't matter if you're a Muslim or a Christian, maybe some other groups, but it doesn't matter if you're a Muslim or a Christian, they will not support you financially. They just won't.
I can give you 2 examples. Young Don and Gideon. They made their whole content about being Christ-like, following the Bible,
and
that's the way to go. And I said to myself, okay, I understand preaching gospel is important. You should do that 100%. The problem is there's no money in that. So I said, okay, I'm going to watch and see how long they're going to last doing this. And I was right. Young Don said he's done with Christianity, which is a huge L. You made your whole brand about it and then say it's an L.
When did he stop doing it?
Recently. Right now. Right now. It was
Looks like they lost audio at the last part. Yeah, so that's pretty much the whole the little bit of beef there. I don't really want actually, hey, this is that twerking video that I want Sonic to do.
8 headlines as the
I want there you go, guys. That's the twerking flight attendant. A little bit of what's it called, a preview for you guys. Okay, so let's talk about my next portion here, and that's basically going to be the DDG and Myron beef. And we've got to go to Reddit for this one, guys. This one is actually, hold on, before we go, there was a Twitter space where Zerka proposed the question about Myron really needing Fresh, and I believe Pearl was in this one, and all these other people are nobodies for the most part. Let's see. Sonic's like, I'll get on it. Yeah, man, get on that video, man, because once you get it out, man, I'll definitely be watching it. But yeah, let's listen to what Zerka has to say about this whole Sneeko Fresh beef.
Stopped watching the podcast because Fresh was on the screen too much, or is that just
all the time?
Well, Arthur, keep going.
I'm on Team Love, guys. Okay, I'm trying to keep bridges here, but I mean, look, my point is that Myron is one of the realest niggas out there. I appreciate him.
Kavo says Zerka brought up a lot of points that you have brought up when it comes to Fresh. Yeah, it's true. And you know what? I did catch a stream of Zerka, and he actually came across my video, the one where I was actually called in and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is cool. He actually reacted to it. And I don't even know where I saw that video. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny that Zerka finally saw my video.
And if he feels that,
so that's probably why he has some of my points, because he's like, hey, this guy's making a lot of sense.
you know, Fresh is you know, a nice, I don't know, I guess like nice like tool or gadget for the show. I'm trying to that's not nice, but if he feels like there's a use and utility to him being there, even psychologically, I mean, you know, what's the problem? You know, I don't know. I'm trying to look at it with
Fresh was a good background guy. Like if he was like Scooter Braun, a good business guy behind the scenes or something. But it's like, dude, he's on camera.
So you're saying he should be like a Brian Redband when Joe Rogan first started, like kind of like producery in the background. That's what you're trying to suggest.
Yeah, I get the vibe from Fresh. And look, same thing. I love both of them. You gotta give them props for like they did kind of build the space up. But I just get the feeling he's almost.
Oh, yeah. I'm not on Twitter like that, so I don't know how to find this full video. But yeah, Zerka had a lot of points in terms of just saying how Fresh is basically useless, and he just kind of sits there and lets Myron kind of run the show. Things that I've been saying already. But I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll go to the comments here real quick just to read something.
Stop watching the
Hold on,
podcast
back it up.
Fresh.
So he says they were frying him. People see that he leeches off of Myron, and people were like, facts. And then they also discussed why people turn off because of Walter. The debate starts at 1 hour 5 hours in. Maybe this is the whole thing. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, yeah, so this is the whole thing. It's like 5 hours long. Good grief. Hold on. Where's the hold on, got it. Where is share more? Yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna take. Oh, he says 1 hour 5, so let's go.
Gary,
1 hour 5.
No, Arthur. Are you familiar with Jing? What Jing is in Chinese internal alchemy system? Basically, it's like the life force energy. Have you heard of this?
Hold on.
A little bit, man. I think so. I mean, you're like super into like
basically in this kind of meditative kind of pranayama yoga of Eastern mystics, Chinese, you know, they talk about there's a certain fuel of energy you have that once it's burnt up, it's all gone and you're dead. And everyone has that, right? And Myron's burning it, screaming.
That's hilarious.
He's screaming with veins in his fucking forehead for 12 hours for 50% pay cut. That means Fresh is a vampire killing him.
Yeah, but brother, there has to be the tip of the spear, and there has to also be the end of the spear. And I'm saying this because, you know, perhaps his value, like we might be missing something here. Like perhaps the value is that, okay, a guy like Fresh being there, the I guess the bird's eye view is that it makes it feel like a normal average guy is there, and there's like a relatability that comes.
Normal average guys don't get 50%, bro.
That's fucking retarded.
No, I hear you, but I'm talking about like the theater that is, you know, a podcast.
Okay, what if you just replace
The other
Fresh?
thing that adds to this.
Hey, Pearl, what about this? Check this out. What if they replace Fresh with Arthur, and they say, Arthur, we don't give you any money. Arthur will still do it.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? That's okay. Like this is a more of a, you know, I guess a matter of integrity point here, which is that, you know, Myron truly wants to fight for what he believes is right, and I don't feel that when push comes to shove, Fresh will basically, you know, very in a declarative manner choose a fork in the road proper. I don't know, but you know, I mean, what we do know for sure is Myron would. Right, so there's a contrast there. Sorry, Pro, what were you saying?
It's gotta hurt even more since they've been demonetized, because when you're demonetized, you have to look at what staff you're gonna cut, and maybe they haven't cut any staff, but that would.
Oh, they cut staff. They're the cutting staff now. At least if they haven't started it during this Twitter space, they definitely did it recently.
Really surprise me if they haven't like cut people behind the scenes with how much of a cut that they took. So it kind of adds to it because they're probably in a position where, and I don't know, I'm just speculating, right? Like knowing what I know, being that like I did a similar type of show. It's probably even more stressful to Myron if he's taking 50%. And knowing Myron, like Myron's going to pay his employees before himself. I had a similar situation like this. And I'm not, by the way, I like Fresh, I like Myron. So this is like going on the idea that, like, let's say Zerka's correct
Same.
about his, like, speculate. Like, let's say he's not pulling his weight. It's the toughest thing in a business is when you put someone in the wrong role. So I had a very, very good employee that I put into management. And if I just kept him at like his specific job and didn't put him into management, like I ended up having to let him go. And it was kind of sad because if I gave him like the less, like it's kind of like someone could be your top editor or they could be a manager of editors, right? And if you promote them to manage the editors, it's tough to de-promote them without firing them. I don't know if that makes sense. So like they could have made $500,000 a year being the best like top editor at your firm. But if you put someone into management or in like a more like that kind of role in their
Or a CEO.
they're just not
A CEO is hard to fire. You'd have to actually shoot them.
meant for it. And it's not like bad or good because I'm not the best in a manager role. Like it's just something that I'm not the greatest at. So it's not meant to be like an insult, but like it's very difficult when you put someone in the wrong role to demote them without, because think about the ego hit that's going to take. Like imagine like you promote someone into management and then you tell them, no, you're no longer a manager. You have to be just a normal guy. And I think I'm speculating that.
I'm thinking normal guy would do better than Fresh.
Coke Benny came back. He says Sneako's response to Fresh shows how hurt and betrayed he felt, and all Fresh could think of was a counter response, not about his actions. Yeah, it's true, man. I don't think that Fresh has like the capability of looking inward and, just viewing something out of the context of, maybe I shouldn't have addressed it this way. Maybe I should have just, I have him in my phone. Or maybe I could have just texted him, or maybe did like a private message or whatever where it was just between me and him and kept this offline. Like maybe he still wanted to, maybe in some weird way, Fresh still thinks that he's friends with Sneako. So that's why he can be open and honest with him and say all this stuff. But he's so like open and honest that he just says it to everybody. So everybody knows about their crap. And what he doesn't realize is that, when you do it that way, when you go with that approach, that's how you push people away. And maybe in Fresh's eyes, he's like, look, Sneako's expendable because he's already further along the whole demonetized, taking off all platforms route than we are. They're pretty much almost in the same boat. And, but I would think that Fresh sees Sneako as lesser than because Sneako doesn't have, I think Fresh thinks that he's in a better position than Sneako because he has Myron, because he has, the whole team of Fresh and Fit. Whereas, Sneako is just a man. He's one man on an island by himself. And so, yeah, I think that's why he feels like he's in a better position so he can actually say these things and because he has the team. But I'm just like, dude, you're only on the team because Myron is loyal to a fault, bro. That's just what it is, man.
Okay, well, I don't want to.
Yo, be nice,
sorry,
Zerko.
I don't
Be nice.
No, I mean you don't have to be. Speak your
I'm
mind. It's your
saying
space.
if you went and got a Target employee and said sit in front of Myron and outperform, I'm pretty sure that 9 times out of 10 they'll beat Fresh at that job. Like random Target employee that's just hungry.
Zerka, I'm sorry, I missed a bit earlier, but what's your main gripe with Fresh? So you think, like, because I guess what I understand, his job is to get guests and be a co-host. So like,
It's a
what part?
competency issue, right?
Okay, the thing that stung the most, because I've left it alone for months, but today he leaks a video, private, partying with Sneeko, and he's been threatening, blackmailing him on the gay ass podcast, and so he leaks the video, and no one even cares, right? But it's just
Yeah, that was the video we just saw of Sneeko driving the car or whatever with all the girls and stuff. And he's just like, look, I got more videos on deck. Keep playing with me. And I'm like, dude, this isn't really exposed, bro. It's like, it'd be one thing if Sneeko was like on a couch and he had like girls like kissing on his neck and all this stuff, but that wasn't going on. He was just driving. He had a camcorder in his other hand. Like, it wasn't even that crazy.
weirdo behavior. It's like from all 1,000 guests you've had, the guy you stayed with the most is Sneeko. He's literally your like good friend,
Okay,
and you haven't snaked anyone but him. And I don't think Sneeko has that kind of thing where he hits back. He's happy I hit back for him, but it's like it's just wild.
Why did he? What like started that? Like, why
Nobody
would
knows. And a lot of people speculate that Sneeko hangs out with Myron, and therefore there's a threat there. Which, let's be real, the Sneeko Myron podcast would be the highest viewed podcast ever.
I mean, if you guys just imagine that for a moment, you have the drive of Myron, and then you have the creativity, the editing skills of Sneeko. I mean, that's two powerhouses coming together. Sneeko is always doing content. Myron is always doing content. And, I think that you have two focused guys together like that. Just those two, I'm not saying add Nit Fuentes or add, Elijah Schaefer or whatever. Just those two together. I think there would never be any dead air. There wouldn't be any cringe moments and stuff. There would be proper humor, and I just think that it would be a good combination. But unfortunately, the way things are, and how Sneeko can only be on Fresh and Fit in terms of like the being on a Rumble stream. It can't be on YouTube because because he's banned and stuff. So it's unfortunate, but if Myron ever wanted to do a podcast with just Sneeko on Rumble, I think that would do better numbers than Fresh and Fit, honestly.
It's like Sneeko would just have to kind
Oh,
of.
so you're saying like Sneeko would be a better co-host?
So Myron feels like, Walter feels like Sneeko's gonna take his role.
Why else would he randomly keep talking about Sneeko?
Yeah, he's gonna push him away, obviously, but then when you see Myron already admitted on the podcast that he agrees with Sneeko on a lot of points. He thinks he thinks he's a good person, and he's loyal to Sneeko. Sneeko got him a lot of the connections that Myron has with all these different guests and stuff. So I think he does. There's at least Myron knows the value of Sneeko, whereas Fresh sees Sneeko as a threat. Absolutely.
Yeah, because Sneeko would actually be the perfect person.
It's like crabs in a
bucket. Yeah.
I would be horrible. Sneeko would be perfect because Sneeko don't even over yap or anything. And I think Fresh is seeing that in the future, it's not that he's getting dropped, it's that Myron keeps hanging out with him. And it's just weird. They started a new podcast, Gary and Fresh, and immediately Sneeko flies back to New York, doesn't want to do their show. And they get so angry that Sneeko doesn't do their show that they start blackmailing him and dropping these videos of Sneeko.
Yeah, I didn't know that Sneeko was supposed to be on a fresh start. It would make sense that, there was still that tension while Sneeko was on Fresh and Fit, the most recent episode. And he's just like, look, man, he's like, I only did it for Myron, like he does not like Fresh because of the way Fresh has been snaking him. And, I mean, Sneeko's right, man. It's very feminine behavior, the way Fresh is so jealous about him and how he just does all these passive aggressive things, and then he makes everything so public. It's like, yeah, that's not manly at all.
Sneeko partying, he's really just going sushi with the Fresh Fit girls. after work. Everyone does that, right? It's like that's
I mean,
the
who
most
cares?
emotion.
I mean, Zerka, but here's the thing: if you're watching,
Yeah, see, they weren't even going to the club. They were just going to go get food, and he was just going to transport them all. And yeah, so Fresh is over here trying to spin it like, oh, look at this, where are they going and stuff. I'm like, Fresh, you're just lame. You're lame for that.
as a consumer, and like just like imagine that. Let's just keep the motion as it is, fresh and fit. Okay, Walter's there. Every time Myron talks, you listen, and then when Walter comes up, just like go on Twitter and scroll. It's not a big deal. Just like kill the time. Like that's
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to do that. Like I hear that all the time on Reddit. People are like, dude, who else doesn't fast forward whenever Fresh speaks? And it's true. Like Sonic, I don't know if you fast forwarded at all. Did you fast forward at all when you watched a fresh start, or did you watch it at normal pace? That's my second question for you.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
Like when Fresh is talking, I just like go on my phone and I just like
that's bad. You're saying that they're losing viewers.
I know, but it's like it's not a big deal. Like as a consumer, just like go on your phone.
Yeah, but you're willing to make that concession, and some people are just like, dude, I would rather not have to do that. I'd rather like to just work. Like most people are just working while they're listening to this stuff in the background. And like, unfortunately, Fresh has to chime in every once in a while and say something stupid. And then we have to get back on track. So.
It's timeline and just wait like a minute or 30 and you're good.
According to Carl Gustav Jung, this is building an incredible dark shadow that is Myron's burden. Because when someone's flexing a Lamborghini that's literally Myron's money in front of him, for doing none of the work and just chasing the girls and ditching work, and all the workers stay there except him. It's like, bro, at some point, show some fucking results. If you're playing tennis, hit the fucking ball once a fucking year, bro.
I feel like Myron's gonna snap very, very soon. Like I feel like this has been building up for so long, and eventually it's gonna be like, all right, you're done, bro. Like you're done.
Well, the crazy part, dude, is I don't think Myron will. I think the whole industry has to do it for him. I think Myron's that good of a human being.
Yeah, he basically says that because Fresh, Chris, all of those guys, they were there when they got demonetized. They basically went through hell together, and they're gonna stay. He's gonna not leave them by themselves. That's his loyalty, man. And I say it every time, man. Fucking Fresh is just lucky as hell. He is lucky as hell that he has Myron, bro. That's just all that is. Sonic came back. He says, when Fresh spoke, I took it as an opportunity to take a break from listening. So that's how you got to it from front to back, Sonic. I fucking knew it, bro. I knew you didn't just sit there at normal speed and listen to that whole podcast, dude. I mean, you'd have to be a freaking Buddhist monk, bro. But yeah, that's crazy, man. So yeah, you're basically saying the same thing this guy is saying, is that you took a break, you did something else, man, and then when something else happened, you glanced over every once in a while, but then when you start hearing that stutter and stuff, you're just like, all right, I gotta find something else to do.
Like, that's the crazy part. I think that's why everyone's so heated about this, is that Myron's holding on for dear life because he's such a good friend. And when Myron shakes hands and says a deal's a deal, Myron means it.
And Myron has to go on all these different shows, whether it's Tim Pool, Jubilee. I think they even said on the podcast, No Jumper podcast, that they were still going to do the Whatever podcast. There were still plans to do it. They said that, there's no beef between him and Brian, and they were out in LA. They managed, I guess they contacted Brian or left a message with Brian saying that, hey, we're out in LA if you want to do a show or something. And then he said that Brian never called them back. So then they were like, they didn't want to force it, but that was the situation. So yeah, there's no beef between Whatever podcast and Fresh and Fit. They're both willing to go on there, and obviously if they go on there and they get, then, because, Brian is getting super chats every couple seconds, $200 minimum, they're probably going to see like, hey, you think we can get a little bit of that while we're here, and it's, I can already foresee that happening. Cook Many says, Fresh could hear criticism about him and then say something like bitch behavior. He'll focus on the word bitch and take it as an attack, dismissing the criticism and act out on his feelings. Yeah, it's true. But that's the thing, he can't. I want to say it's just like, because he's not American, he doesn't understand like how, bitch behavior is just another way of saying like this is like it's feminine behavior. You know, that's, I guess saying feminine behavior would probably be also an insult as well, you know, but bitch is just a little bit more harsh. Because I guess you can call a man a bitch too. And I think it's worse. But if you say it's feminine behavior, it's almost something like, as a man, if you hear that, it's like you almost want to instantly correct yourself because you're like, oh no, you know, like I'm obviously not a female, so I'm going to act accordingly as a male and do it the stoic way and not be so emotional about it.
And I think that's.
And when Fresh shakes hands, he says a deal's a deal. I'm gonna get guests on the show. He invites Nico. Nico keeps saying no because he doesn't fuck with Fresh. I keep saying no because I don't fuck with Fresh. And Myron's sitting there like, wait a minute, Zircon and I are cool. What the fuck? These guys like literally throwing a wrench in the middle, right?
Yeah, but Fresh seems like a nice guy. Like, is he a nice? He's like, I never met him.
Bro, Arthur, I'm telling you, Sneeko and I barely got. Every time we were around him, he was just talking to girls. He was never. He's literally going to. He treats the guys like they're just for the show part of it.
Would you say? Because I mean, this is the one contrast that I had. Obviously, I never like sent a super chat or something, but you know, you can tell Myron, he defines his masculinity not by female approval. Actually, it's by self-initiation.
That's why Myron hates him the most.
But I feel like he defines his masculinity based on the opposite sex giving him like.
I love that you're saying that. You're saying Myron's values are the opposite of Fresh.
Well, that's what makes real men, you know.
Yeah, so you're saying that Myron's values are the opposite of Fresh's.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, well,
I'll say that.
Yeah,
I mean, this.
Yeah, I think everybody would say that. Actually, I mean, obviously, Myron is a lot more noble in terms of like wanting to put out a message and put out the truth and stuff to wake men up. And, you know, he, at least in his mind, he thinks he's benefiting men in terms of like, you know, having them focus on their fitness and, you know, get serious about their money and how they want to invest it and stuff like that. And just, you know, taking the time to kind of disregard women, don't focus on girls and just focus on your purpose and stuff. Whereas Fresh is completely different and he's all just about smashing girls and getting cars and, you know, paying for box and going out and fine dining and stuff and buying all these watches and stuff. All of it to basically smash more girls because he wants to create this image of a high value man and stuff, when really it's like, you have no morals, man. It's like you have no backbone. You know, when you're around a bunch of men, you get quiet, you know, and the things that you do say, they pretty much don't make any sense. You know, Sonic says that Coke Benny, bro, Fresh will ask a question irrelevant to obfuscate from the main point. Fresh thinks he's being smart. Realistically, though, he's just showing how incredibly inept he is. Yes, he doesn't like, you can't ask Fresh a straight question and get a straight answer. It's never that. Like he'll just he will say, what do you think? You know? And then you're like, I don't know. And then he's like, well, what do you know? And you're like, Fresh, I asked you a question, okay? And I want to get an answer from you. And that's why I'm like, dude, if I ever call back into the call-in show, I'm completely freaking bypassing him, dude. Because it's just like, I already know that's how he's handled a bunch of haters. And the haters don't know that you have to ask one thing at a time. You got to stay at that point and don't move forward. Don't try to go on to your next point because he's going to have you reiterate your point so that he just buys more time, you know? And then he's just like, well, I don't feel like I need to tell you that. I feel like, you know, the fact is that you're so smart and you did all this research on me. You probably know the answer. And I'm just like, oh, God, like it boils my blood when I hear him talk to other haters and stuff, because I know other haters, they don't have the know-how of, you know, collecting their thoughts, writing it down and being able to execute point by point and not like get caught up in the minutia of like having you in this like little circular conversation of reiterating your point to him or saying it from a different point of view so that, you know, he can just restart the whole conversation. And it's just like, dude, I know what game you're playing, man. You're basically trying to have me tire myself out by punching myself out, you know? And it really is. It's freaking judo is what it is. Coke says, he reminds me of a guy I used to know. I could say what he did was bitch behavior, and he'll take it as me calling him a bitch and not picking a single word I said before that. Yeah, it's true. Those type of people, man, are just so bullheaded That's the word of the evening. Bullheaded. They're just like you can't tell them anything. You know, you say one thing and they get hung up on the wrong detail. And you know, that whole like tough love, you know, that you try to give to people, you know, like, look, the only reason I'm even telling you this and stuff is because I want you to be a better person. You know, I'm not hating, you know, and I'm definitely not jealous. Don't take it as jealousy either. I don't know. I think there's something about an ego that a person has where they're just like, they immediately go to, oh, you're either a hater or you're jealous of me. I'm like, bro, you got it all wrong.
This is the main thing, essentially, if we're going to get deeper about the matter, is that like he's defining his masculinity based on like how the woman like give him approval, essentially, you know, and that like that's what men should do for fun as a joke, but like actually it's based on you being, you know, having integrity and enacting it, right? So like Myron clearly has that, so there is a contrast there, of course, but
I don't think they make it because like if they
but
do,
you need him. But no, this is the only pushback I have. Like I'm
Sonic, this guy sounds a lot like you. He sounds a lot like you. He's really giving Fresh the benefit of the doubt. He's like, no, you need him. You need a guy like Fresh around. And I like to see what he's about to say.
not going to talk about the 50% thing. I'm talking about the sort of theatric performance of what a podcast is. Like it is like there kind of is a utilitarian use of having like the average guy there, like that sort of feeling.
It's kind of like the yin and yang of the show a little.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Like I think we can talk cavalier.
This is one thing that I do hear a lot in terms of arguments for Fresh being on the show is that, oh, he offers kind of an everyman quality. You know, he's the polar opposite of Myron. And I think that's good. It's good to have somebody who's different from Myron. You don't want to have two Myrons, do you? And I'm like, no, I don't want two Myrons. I think you just need to have somebody that can contribute in a different way, you know, but not in, I don't know. See, this is the thing. Now the thing is, like, if I were to say a different way, you're like, Fresh does contribute in a different way. And it's by saying dumb things, and it's by saying cringe things, and, you know, saying things that don't make sense. Yeah, that is a different way. But I think that, for example, if you were to say, you know, Sneeko or Andrew Wilson, they don't necessarily have to be dumber than Myron in order to contribute, you know, in their own way. They have their own ideas, they have their own points, and it's actually like a high IQ conversation, would Myron always like to say. You know, when you have somebody who can actually meet you at your level and be able to not go against your points, but offer a different perspective, which is, you know, their own perspective, not just, you know, not chiming in with like one or two worded, you know, sentences and stuff. Cause I honestly feel that that's what Fresh does. He just comes in, he'll say BBC gang, he'll say, you know, like he'll say one worded ad libs whenever Myron is talking. And every time he does it, I'm just like, just shut up, bro. It's like, if you're going to just say one word, it's like, just shut up. You know, it's like, don't interrupt. Just be in the audience. Coke Benny says, oh, by the way, Sonic, I sent you a follow request on Instagram. At least I think that was you. I hope it was not just a shit poster who is trying to using your face as a profile picture. Yeah, I think hopefully Sonic has, I'm friends with Sonic, so I think if, hopefully he got it. He can confirm, let him know that's really him, because, yeah. Yeah, let's see if there's any more about this, and then we'll move on to DDG and Myron.
You're like, oh yeah, we should only have people, you know, going hard in the paint every time. Well, actually, you may lose a little bit of the back and forth then. You know, like
bro, have you not watched the show though? Like, I think there's not a lot of back and forth happening with Walter.
That's the exact argument. Is when Arthur said he scrolls down when Fresh is on the screen.
I'm like kind of fucking around, but like,
bro.
yeah, I do turn off.
No, that when you say fucking around, you're actually being truthful. Like, you don't know you're doing it. You just realize you're doing it whenever he starts talking, because it's never a point that you're just like, wow, he just made a good point. Oh, who was it? Was it Kavos? Maybe it was Kavos, or maybe it was some other hustler. But I think last stream, you opened and you said that Fresh had a quotable moment, and I would like to know what you were referring to. I think it was Kavos My memory is not as good as it used to be, but I think it was Kavos that said that he had a quotable moment, and then you found out that you were a moderator. I think it was you, Kavos. If you remember what quotable moment Fresh had, if you wouldn't just mind letting me know.
My brain a little, yeah.
Yeah, we all do. Because, hey, man, when Fresh is trying, he's upbeat, high energy. We hang in there with him. We stutter along with him.
Yes, it was me. See, I still got a little bit of brain matter still in here. Yeah, can you remember what was the quotable moment, or if you want to, I guess let me know where I can find it. Because the only thing I can think of, which I don't know if this is it or not, Fresh said something about, I think he was talking about Sneeko, and he said, if you put your hand on the stove and you get burned, you should know not to put your hand on the stove. Maybe that's not the quotable moment you were talking about, but I remember admiring at that moment and be like, oh, that's a really good one. That's a good that's a good quote or whatever. And he's like, yeah, you don't want to put your hand on the stove or you'll get burned or whatever. But I was like, wait a minute, I heard that somewhere else too, and it was almost around the same time. You said it was during the call-in show. So was it the Friday call-in show or was it the Monday call-in show? Because I know they have two now. Yeah, if you could try to find it, let me know.
But he's never trying. He's not. I'm telling you, I don't think he has the frontal lobe developed. I think something happened to him in the womb or something.
Yeah, it was that one. The one about putting the hand on the stove. Yeah, that was the only thing I could think of that was a possible quotable. But I heard that somewhere else that was recent that I was like, oh, he just heard this and now he said it. But I'm trying to remember, where did I hear it from? Putting your hand on the stove. Oh, you know where I heard it from? I heard it from Abba and Preach. Abba said it. He said something about touching a stove. Yep, that's what it was. It was Abba that said that. You put your hand on the stove, you're gonna get burned. And it was one of the videos we saw in the past stream. I think it was the last stream that I did. That Abba he said that, and I was like, oh, I wonder if Fresh saw this and he was just like, oh, that's really good, and then he said it on his show.
That's brutal.
Nah, dude. I think the guy's just burnt out. Like, I think he might honestly.
From what? What the
Brother, you know what's funny, man? Like, okay, you know what? I'm
Wait.
trying to be proper, but physiognomy never lies.
I love where you're going with this, but he's gonna randomly call you a racist tomorrow.
Do you still want me to find it? It's okay, because I think that was the only thing I could remotely think of something that he said, and I don't even think it was his own thoughts, man. It was like he heard it from Abba and Preach. Abba and Preach said it, and then they had that show that night, and he said it on that call-in show. And because I remember I was, all throughout the week, I'm typically like scanning for content stuff to talk about, and I remember I saw that video by Alvin Preach, and then I tuned into the call-in show, and that's why I told you guys that I was trying to get on, and then I heard him say it, and I was like, huh. I know these guys say that they don't like Abba and Preach, but I think he just saw that. I think he saw that video recently, or I think he still watches the ops just to see what they're saying.
Because you said that.
So
He doesn't get what physiognomy is. It's basically, if you have enough symmetry in the face, you're a good human being.
Well, I mean, basically the idea of physiognomy is that your facial structure is your personality, actually, because the external world is going to reflect that sentiment to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. It's kind of like when Nick talks about prey eyes. A lot of guys have that prey eyes thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, Nick is actually a total Chad if you just look at it from an actual Greek perspective, and that's anyways, yeah, so it's that's
Nick is a Chad? Really? That's it's the first time I ever heard anybody say something like that.
why the guys who basically speak unapologetically, they often have certain features, and it's just a matter of if you're aesthetically aware of this or not, but it's because the external world is basically validated to them that you look confident, you look like you can speak your
Arthur,
mind,
They're saying you beefed Gary about this, right?
I'm sorry, what?
You beefed Gary on this?
Oh,
did you beef Gary on this?
I mean, not to my knowledge. I mean, maybe he didn't.
They're saying you have a beef with Gary.
I don't think so. I mean, if I do, then I guess so. I mean, I seem to be having beefs with everyone.
Okay. Do you mind if we bring him up here?
Sure, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I didn't know I had a beef with him.
Maybe they're just talking shit, but you guys have never gone back and forth?
No, we've gone back and forth, but it was more. So I know I held this one space, and him and this account named Truth Teller, they were like I literally said, all right, guys, I have to run some errands. I'm gonna leave the space on, and I just left, and then he like went crazy on him apparently, like death threats and everything, and then I came back and I was like, what the fuck?
That.
Like I'm not trying to lose my account for the fucking 7th time, guys. So.
Oh, I remember that. What was that about?
They were just arguing because
All right.
basically.
I think they're done talking about Walter, but yeah, I wanted to just see a little bit more of the conversation. And I know Zerka, he did get to see at least the video that I did and got to absorb all my points. So at least he got to hear that. I think that's great. So let's go back. So I think DDG, he has a few videos on Reddit where he was talking about Myron. I think we need to go to those first before we go to anything else. So let me
I don't even know what's going on.
Okay, well, the last thing I'll say about Myron and speaking on the Fresh and Sneeko beef, you guys, without even knowing this video, without even seeing the video, I can already tell you Myron is gonna Myron here. He's gonna play dumb. He's gonna say that I don't know anything about it. I know these guys talk to each other without me, so I don't know anything. So this is like 42 seconds of him like not airing anything out. So here it is.
Address the Sneeko Fresh beef and what you think about it, bro. I don't even know what's going on. I literally woke up like right before I did this show, guys. Guys, I don't think you understand, man, bro. I literally just live and breathe right now to just do the podcast. That's all I'm doing. I'm not fucking around with bitches. I'm not.
We know, Myron. We know.
Not fucking doing anything, dude. I literally stream, eat, sleep, and gym. That's it, bro. That's it. And hell, even the gym, I'm pissed off about. I didn't get to go as much as I wanted this week, so I'm definitely gonna go after today's stream. We're gonna drop the vlog for you guys from the meetup that we had. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on, bro. I truly have no idea what the fuck's going on between them.
Yep. So that's basically Myron's whole stance on the whole thing with Sneeko and Fresh. So now we're gonna go to DDG. He did a bunch of videos talking about Myron. So we're gonna listen to DDG first, and then we're gonna listen to Myron second.
Hey, you a bitch? Why is you tweet?
Whoa, he's already starting already. This is a 15-second video, so we'll start with this one first.
Myron, your ass, you're weak. Your own homie don't fuck with you. And you a bitch. Why is you tweeting saying shit like, you can't fight me? Nigga, you don't go outside. And your hoe mid.
And your hoe is mid. So I want you guys to remember that. He just said his hoe is mid.
I'm finna show her how real.
So here we go. He's about to talk about flying Angie out.
Do me a favor, y'all. Find his girl on Instagram. I'm finna show her how a real man's supposed to treat her. With real money. Real money, like a real bag. Okay? Sweetheart, I have a real bag. That man you messing with does not have it. That Rumble bag been gone. Best believe. I'm gonna show you how to really live. I could turn a 4 into a 9 overnight. Trust me, I've done it before. It's easy. Very simple. Find it. Find her, grab, I'm DMing her, I'm getting her out here immediately. Cause I know you beat on her. I know she don't want to be around you. I know you beat your hoe. That's your problem. You have such a small ceiling on your career. You want to be a podcaster, nigga. It ain't going nowhere else. That shit is done. It's over. Okay? And now after this, you gonna talk about me for the next 10 podcasts.
Yeah, so he said he's gonna fly Edgy out. Who knows how real that is? But that was that.
The podcast with.
So now DGG exposes Fresh for snaking his co-host Myron on FNF by claiming that Fresh said he's going to start his own podcast since Myron is sabotaging the brand. So here you go.
And dog got to catch the nigga that he do the podcast with. Matter of fact, I seen him on the way out yesterday. I'm like, what's up with your mans? And then he was like, I'm starting my own podcast. I don't even fuck with that nigga for real. Uh-oh, I'm snitching. I'm gossiping. Myron, your homie don't even fuck with you. You're a brand risk. You fucking his bag up. He told me this verbatim out his mouth. We was at the SLS Lux. I said the exact shit. He don't fuck with you, goofy. You're fucked the whole y'all niggas ain't been relevant in years. Y'all haven't been relevant in so long. Like, you're the reason. You're stopping him. Myron, you're ass. You're weak. And then you get online, you talk all this crazy shit, and you wonder why the fuck Fresh and Fit fell off. No one's going on your podcast no more. Your own mans don't fuck with you. The nigga sitting next to you, Myron, he don't fuck with you. He told me out his mouth. Ask him. I should have recorded him. Matter of fact, let me call my security, because I had my security right next to me. Yo, Cook.
What's up, Mo?
I got you on speaker. Bro, what that nigga from Fresh and Fit said when I asked him, what's up with your mans?
He was like, oh, yeah, that man be tripping, man. I don't have nothing to do with him, man. Like, man, he be tripping, man. And he was like, you told him that nigga fucking up your face, fucking up your brand. And he was like, I know, man, I know.
He's like, I started my own podcast.
Yeah.
I'm just letting Myra know his mans don't fuck with him and shit. I'm on live and shit, but I'll let you get back to work. My bad.
Yeah, his mans don't fuck with him. He a bitch ass nigga anyway.
So there you go. Might be some more things to address Myron with. Completely bypass Fresh. Just really, put it out there that, hey, Fresh is out here double speaking, talking out both sides of his mouth when it comes to, Fresh and Fit. And I don't know. What do you think about that? Are you cool with that? I mean, what does that make you feel? And maybe he's going to be like, well, DDG's a liar. So let me make sure there's one more thing. Okay, there's one more. Hold on.
Goofy.
All right, I think this is the last one. Yeah, this is the last one. DDG questions Amaru's sexuality. This is the last one.
Oh, I gotta stop. I ain't know he was. My bad, bro. I ain't know. I'm not finna get canceled. Why you ain't tell me? What? I had no idea. Tylil with the 10 gift. Appreciate it, my brother. Yes, sir. Ladies, this explains it. This is why he hate women. He like men. All this explains everything. This man is. I support the LGBT community, Myron. I don't want no smoke. Double grip hug from the back, though, from the side. Meat on your thigh. And he closing his eyes while he kissed you on the cheek. He cracked you. That's crazy. You got cracked.
Oh, man. Sonic came back and said, I feel bad for Myron. He shouldn't have to go through this. The thing is, man. Wait, he shouldn't have to go through what? Go through the demonetization? Go through the snaking of Fresh? Or go through the questionable of his sexuality? Which one are you talking about? Because, I mean, I think he doesn't really have a problem with these pictures because he has an explanation for them. He doesn't have a problem with Fresh because he's loyal to Fresh. And as far as the money, he doesn't care about the money. That's why he has investment properties. So he's like, that's why I feel like I have no regrets. That was another thing he said on the No Jumper podcast, is that he has no regrets for getting demonetized because he still got to have the truth out. So what do you feel bad about, man? He doesn't feel bad about any of this.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. What's this picture? What? So you telling me this the dude that ever talk crazy about women? It ain't no way. What? It makes sense now. He's racist towards black people because he like white men. Okay. Makes sense. I don't want no smoke. I love my career. I have a son to feed. I do not want to get canceled by you. Stop disrespecting women just because you like men. It's okay to be. Don't try to hide it behind a 4 because you don't want people to know you want to seem so masculine. You're not Andrew Tate. Okay? You want to.
Sonic, man, he clarified for us, snaking of Fresh. Actually, now that you mentioned it, all of those will do. I mean, that's the thing. Like, he's already admitted that he has no regrets for how the podcast has gone, like the demonetization, all of it and stuff. He thinks that because he has his investment properties and he said that's the whole reason why he bought real estate and stuff, because he wanted to be able to have a safety net for if the podcast did get demonetized. You know, now he feels that he's like at liberty to say whatever he wants to say, and, you know, keep it, you know, safe for YouTube, but then go to Rumble when he wants to unleash himself. And he says it's total freedom. You know, he would much rather have it this way than have to walk on eggshells and, you know, get paid on YouTube. That's what he said.
Be Andrew Tate, it doesn't work. You have to just live in your truth, man. Like, it's okay. It's all right.
He can't live in his truth, man. Muslims would never accept that.
You ain't got to sit here and lie no more, Myron. You don't have to lie no more. We can see it, plain in sight. You in the bed with two other getting your shit banged. I don't even know why I'm arguing with you no more. I'm tripping. This is crazy.
And Fresh will say, hey, if Myron really was gay, he would know, because, you know, Fresh knows everything. Coke May says, I'm back, camp. I sent you a little something on IG you might like. Oh, boy. Is it a feet pic? Oh. No, I'm just kidding.
That's crazy. They want me to be the villain. Yay. I'll be that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling y'all.
He definitely wants He definitely wants to take Angie now from him, because he's just like, dude, you're not even using her.
For being humble. And I want y'all to know, as my supporters, my core, that's why I love Twitch so much, because I know I got my core people that with me, and that's all I need. I don't care who on the outside of us, who on the outside of whoever with me care, because I don't care what they think no more. I'm 100% comfortable within my community. So I'm talking my shit every day, but I want y'all to know I love y'all and I am humble to y'all, and y'all know my heart. But 2025, I got to talk my shit.
Yeah. So yeah, because he found the pictures and stuff, he didn't want to push it further. Now he's just like, oh wow, you know, like I don't want to get canceled for making fun of Myron. So the next thing, I don't want to. Well, hold on. Myron fires 2 employees for saying what they pay girls to be on the show. This is only 2 minutes. I think this is one of the last things. Coke Benny, should I look at the thing you put on IG before this? Let's check it. I'm scared. I don't think you would troll me, but let's see. Let's check it out. All right, you sent a video. Oh boy.
Can I move on to the next point, or
you didn't pop at all, bro.
Wait, hold on. I think this is low, isn't it? Oh no, I blocked. Sorry. Yeah, it's at 100. Hold on, I gotta make sure it's at 300. We gotta all hear this. Gotta save this for Instagram. Okay.
Can I move on to the next point, or
you didn't pop at all, bro. You just yapped about what you think or assumed. But you didn't actually validate anything.
Can I move on to the next point, or
you didn't pop at all, bro. You just yapped about what you think or assumed.
Oh shit. Oh man, that was good. Oh man. Oh dude. Woo. Got tears in my eyes. Oh, good shit, Coke Benny. Good shit. I kind of wish you had analyzed eventual Warlords Call-In. Hey man, if you guys want to do that, we can do that, man. We totally can do that. That was actually something I was wondering if you guys actually wanted to see, because I know everybody's seen it, you know? But I would totally do that if you guys want. Let me see. You guys are down. Let me make sure. What's it called? I know it was caller. what was it called? Reddit hater? Call it Reddit hater. Reddit hater. I can't even spell, dude. Reddit hater. Fresh and Fit. I'll find it. It's like one of the let's see. Reddit hater called us out from a year ago. I'm thinking this is it. Yeah. Yeah, you guys probably wanted this for a while. Let's see. Yeah, it's an hour and 16 minutes. Got to be this one. Let's check it.
The yacht. She already gained the value. So.
Yep, this is it.
All right, who's up next?
All right, guys. Reddit hater tried calling us out. I believe Fresh and Fit uploaded on their channel. Yeah, but we're not going to watch that. It's going to be on... No, because you know why? Oh, yeah, this is Fresh and Fit clips. So, yeah, they clipped it. So this is Fresh and Fit clips. But I know that this is like a... This was on the Rumble stream. No, this wasn't on Rumble. This was still on YouTube. They hadn't switched over to Rumble yet. I remember I showed up like 4 hours later on this, so... Definitely up for that. Excellent. All right, so let's go through it.
All right, who's up next?
Nigatron. Holy.
He donated and said he's a hater.
See, that was your first mistake, Eventual Warlord. You donated to these guys. It would have felt so much better if you gave it to them for free. I know that, you know, prior to coming on to this, you were in the Reddit and you were like, actually had a lot of people feeding you points and stuff like that. You had the whole thing, you know, ready to go. And but you didn't. I know what you did, man. You wanted to make sure you got on. So you donated, and maybe it was like $20 or something like that. But you donated. You said you were a hater, so they took you on. And you know, you got the bulk of the video. You got a whole hour, so not bad. So that's good. I like the pace of how he structured this whole question. But then he also wanted to kind of leave it open, like, hey. We can go on to the next point, but no, it's good that he let Fresh speak here. This is literally how I would have done it as well. The whole Miranda thing I did have as a point in my notes, you know, and I was going to say like, hey, about the whole TikToks that she was doing, you know, saying how she finesses men and all this stuff. And how did you see, you said on the podcast that she was not like every other Miami girl. You said that she wasn't tainted yet. When she said that she had been in Miami for about a month or so, but that you know, her favorite car was like a Honda Civic and all this other stuff. So the time that she, I guess you had met on Seeking, because that came later. So if you know, do the timeline, she admits that they met on Seeking. So isn't that already a red flag that, yeah, she is... You said that she's not tainted, but she's on a Seeking arrangement website, you know, looking for men that have a lifestyle, that, you know, make money and stuff like that. And, you know, she was already having other men, you know, give her money for, you know, that she exposed on her TikTok. So she was obviously like all these other girls that you say, and you completely misread her, Fresh.
Backstory?
Sonic says, I don't blame Warlord. I'm not blaming him. I just think that he should have been more patient in his questions. Like, his line of question was good, but he just needed to, like, not interrupt Fresh. Let him speak so that he can hang himself. And if it does come to a point, which I think I would say 100% of the time it would come to a point where Fresh would answer his question with another question. I'm saying that would definitely happen. I can't see a scenario where that wouldn't happen. He would definitely deflect and ask him another question like, oh, well, was she my girl? You know? And Eventual Warlord could have kept it very short and sweet and said, well, I do think that, yes, she was your girl for a little while. You know, you guys spent time together. You took her out and stuff like that. You bought her things, and you even took her to see your mom and all this other stuff. So it just seems like, you know, you could have just kept it short like that, but I don't know. I don't know what Eventual Warlord would have said. I think that, you know, if he had just answered it simply, yes, you know, you paraded her around like she was your girl. Cook Benny says, that reminds me of the time Myron asked Tariq, do you have to be a mathematician to say 1 + 1 is 2? That whole non sequitur. Like, yeah, the thing that didn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't pertain to this situation, you know, like, He's literally just asking you about, like, she didn't have time for you until you told her about the yacht. And then you wanted to parade around on the show saying that she was not like all these other girls, you know? And there was a conflict there. There was a conflict of facts. Not Myron. Fresh can't stand on his own 2 feet and defend his point. Even if he was like, look, I did what I did in order to get the girl. And that's, you know, setting up a yacht party, whatever, or setting up, you know, a date to go take her on a yacht and then maybe go get something to eat afterward, you know, take her to a bunch of different places, whatever, give her a bunch of different experiences and everything. And, you know, I mean, that's the thing. People don't even know. Did Fresh even did he even make it with Miranda? You know, no. Did she end up taking care of his dog like a couple days, you know, after they like weren't together anymore? Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. It's like, who knows? You know, maybe he did pay her and maybe they did do something, but not that it matters, but it's just like, yeah, it's like, Fresh, don't act like you have like this crazy mouthpiece that just gets all these girls to swoon when really, you know, you're doing the most to get girls' attention, you know, because you really don't have that much to offer in terms of like your own personal self. You know, you have to have outside things working for you in order for you to, you know, get any type of attention. Cookmate says, I remember the day this went live, and it was 20 minutes before my boxing class. I almost didn't want to go just to keep watching Fresh getting cooked. I was like, I think I was on this. I think I was, I wasn't on the line. I definitely wasn't on the line, but I was listening to it. And at this time I was working, but I was listening to this in the background. And I was like, shit, man, I don't have my notes with me, whatever. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to freaking get on. And it was after Eventual Warlord, after he finished his call. That's when I got on. No, not this one I got on. That's when I called in. And then I was on the line for like 3 hours or something.
Multiple gifts.
Exo says the thing is that you can expose these people in 4K, but they never accept that they did something wrong. That's true. They're going to say it was a part of my game. Okay. The fact that I spent $1,000 taking her to Salt Bay, or, you know, spending thousands of dollars on bottle service, you know, at a club or whatever. It's all part of the game, because he's like, look, it's not tricking if you got it. You know, that's what they think. So the fact is, you see it as tricking, you see it as simping, you know, but these are, I have the resources to give a woman this type of experience. Whereas you will probably do like dinner and a movie, or maybe even go for a walk in the park or something, because you don't have it like I have it. So that's what they're going to definitely, you know, that's how they're going to address it. They're like, look, you know, we're in Miami. I got money. I can take her on a yacht because I have connections. I can take her to Salt Bay because I have the money to do it. I can buy her a $30,000 Van Cleef bracelet knowing her within a couple hours, because I got it like that. $30,000 is a lot of money to me. And if that's what they want to say, if that's how they want to, like, you know, have their stance, they're like, it's not tricking, you know, this is just my game. This is how I do it. My game is just a little bit more high level than you. That's what they're going to have. They're going to say it like that. But Fresh is doing two things at once. He's like, look, I can give her these experiences, but I can also say I didn't pay anything for it, which is like, no, you paid something. That's where the lying is coming from.
From herself, by the way, or from her ex, by the way.
Yeah, so he's saying the bracelet came for, she either paid for it by herself or she got it from her ex, and it wasn't the post wasn't about him. When that's a lie. He's lying to Myron, he's lying to the caller, and he's lying to somebody put nail in the coffin, clipped forever. Yeah, this definitely went down as like one of the biggest exposed things, and it came in like a year ago, you know, and now Fresh is at the point where he will now be open about it and be like, yeah, we spent half on it. I went half on it, you know, and I realized that was a mistake because, you know, I didn't want to continue with the relationship. So yeah, I mean, he got tricking, and then he tricked out a little level where he was just like, I really shouldn't be doing this, man, because I usually don't trick this hard. Sonic says, laugh my ass, I'll type one right now. Oh man. Oh, Coke Betty says you'll probably type 2, Sonic. Dang, that's. I mean, it's crazy, bro. I mean, I wonder how. I mean, I think this whole thing about the bracelet needs to really be dissected because it's just nobody has really brought it to Myron. You know, like that's one thing that I'm going to do. I promise you, that's going to be. It's in my line of questioning for Myron about this, like this exact moment, because he made you look really dumb, and he didn't. He obviously didn't respect you enough to give you the truth, and. You know, maybe he was just trying to, he's definitely looking out for himself, protecting his own interests and stuff, his reputation, which, you know, it was already in the toilet anyway. People already thought of him as a simp anyway, just so, from the way that he acts and the way how he's meek around, you know, other women and stuff. And he's very immature and, you know, and women can smell it on him that he's a loser, you know. Tell her to delete that tweet because it's not a good look. He didn't want people coming down on her and stuff like that, but he also didn't want people coming down on him for simping and buying a bracelet that expensive within a couple days of knowing her, because it looks bad. It looks bad. So yeah, he said 2 things to her in terms of like, yeah, you need to take that down because people are going to attack you or whatever. Anybody that I've ever been with or whatever, they always go after the girl and stuff. But then it's like it was the real reason was because he didn't want people coming on him for being a simp. So Cook Bay says, her money got, her family got dough. Myron stepping on his words while defending Fresh. Yeah. The money her money got, her family got dough. Yeah. I mean, a well-to-do family. She's her parents were millionaires. That's what he said. I'm like, dude, how do you know this? How do you know this?
This hate for me, bro, goes so far.
The only thing that we know about Daisy is that she's had billionaire boyfriends. That's what she has said on her own. You know, in China, she says she's been with billionaires before. Her last boyfriend was a billionaire, so she's admitted to that. It doesn't necessarily mean that was the actual case. Whatever. What we do know is that she was an escort. She was getting $30,000 to $40,000 to sleep with billionaires on yachts because it was called yachting, and that was like the whole thing that she was part of with the whole. Beauty pageant, you know, Miss China and everything like that. You know, it was all front to funnel in funds and everything for these billionaires to pay these women huge amounts of money in order to have their way with them. And that's how she was able to gain her wealth. It's not even camp, bro. Those are as close to facts as they can be. And these guys will do everything they can to make sure that the fact is buried under all the nonsense. I know, man. It's like the thing is, Myron is going to hyper focus on a detail that he knows Eventual Warlord doesn't have right now at this moment. So he's going to make that like his little sticking point. Like, look, if you don't know this person's name and I can't like have a string or whatever of information where I can actually like draw a conclusion from, then this is all hearsay. You know, that's just how Myron operates. He needs to have a name. And that way he can at least start with his research or whatever. But if he has no name, then it's just allegations, you know? So Sonic came back. He says, I meant there were clips according to Warlord, and he didn't even ask them. He didn't ask to see them. They don't care. It's all about to obfuscate. Yeah. Kava says, funny thing is, I think the only reason they were okay with men pumping out their girls online is because the fact that Andrew and Tristan do that as well. Pimping. Yeah, absolutely, bro. They knew that's how they got their money, man. And they respected it. They're like, look, I mean, the way Myron rationalizes it is that these girls, that were from Romania that were out there getting pimped and stuff like that, that you know, the cost of living is so low that these girls were getting paid thousands of dollars, you know, way above the minimum out there. And they you know, even though the Tates were taking a little bit off the top or a lot off the top, they were still getting paid than the median income for Romania. But then they didn't have all Romanians. They had, you know, girls from all over. They had Moldovans. They had people from Miami. They had a lot of people, you know, and So that part kind of falls apart because it's not just Romanians; it's people from here. That eventual warlord, he is frustrated because he doesn't feel like he's made any headway in this exposure. But the chat is on his side for the most. People are still typing in ones, okay? So the chat is obviously like, dude, he's making a lot of sense. Some of this stuff is verifiable. The fact is, like, yeah. Eventual warlord is trying to he's trying to talk to these guys. So yeah, you can't do research and talk at the same time. You just have what's in front of you, and you know the fact that he has to do research in between the time when Myron is speaking. You know, like he is trying to get all of his ducks in a row in here. But then when these guys are so like bad faith, you know, Fresh is trying to steer it off and be like, look, I understand you don't get girls and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, that has nothing to do with it. We're talking about you guys, okay? I'm talking about why I'm a hater. It's because you guys are fake and phony, and you don't stand on you don't practice what you preach. You know, you spend money on girls and all this stuff, and Myron, you're loyal to the fault, and it doesn't matter. You trust whatever this guy across from you is saying, and he's a liar. He lied right to your face. He lied to everybody.
Oh, kick me off. You don't want.
No, we're listening to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's frustrated right now. He's 30 minutes in, but he's frustrated. He's like, dude, I don't feel like I've gotten through. He doesn't feel like he's made the point, but he has. He's made a lot of. Did it cut off? Oh, what happened? It cut off? What do you mean? Has it cut off for you guys? What happened? Uh-oh, streamer. Oh. Okay, I got you. All right. Okay, guys, so I'm back. Yep. Can you guys let me know if you guys can hear me? Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Are we back? Can you guys see me? Let me know. Now you have a Coon gunline warning. Yep, probably. So there you go, guys. That was fun. Are you guys still there? You can hear me? Okay, perfect. All right, so we're just gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next story. I don't want to have to deal with that again. So yeah, we're gonna watch I guess him doing the, what's it called? You guys let me know if it gets cut again, because I was wondering what was down. But yeah, we're gonna watch Myron fire the two people of his staff, and then after that I have one more thing I want to show you, which it should be safe. So is everybody there? Everybody still there? Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Leave or not.
The only thing I'll say is that I guess, yeah, because that was F&F's channel. That's probably the reason why they can do copyright strikes and stuff. Because you know that. Let's see. I wonder if I got a copyright strike. I wonder. That's a let's see. Oh, you know what? I'll find out later. Well, let's just watch this.
I'm gonna hold you.
If it goes down again, then we'll just go to what I wanted to watch. We'll go to the last thing that I wanted to watch. So we'll just finish this up. So this girl that's in the white right here said that the two people that I guess invited them on the show, they said that they were going to pay them for coming on. And all these girls here are like 18 and 19 and stuff like that. So they're like, yeah, we'll come on if you're going to pay us. And now Myron is on the phone with them. Sonic says, no, you won't get a strike, but you'll get a warning. I've gotten a warning, so you'll be good. Sweet. Okay, perfect. All right, let's wait for Fresh to say his line when all these girls are getting up. So much for the believe all women, lol. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh man. Yeah, because it was a guy and a girl that they were asking, and they both said no, and they believed him. So that was the two employees that got fired, and yeah, I mean, honestly, the way I look at it, they did it as a way to do two things: to be like, yeah, we don't pay girls to come on, but also it's another way for them to save more money now, because now they have two less people they have to pay, so it works out. So let's go to the last thing I want to show you guys, and we can wrap it up for the evening. Kind of sucks that happened the way it did, but it's okay. It's all good. So I did a post on Reddit, and it says, if Walter ever fully leaves FNF to do his own podcast, Flacco can be on the B mic. So here you go, guys. This is Flacco on the B mic here. Hold on. Let me make sure this is all the way up so you guys can hear it. Oops. Okay. All right.
That same bitch DM me knowing like she was, you know, with like, for me, you know, like, again, like she I guess it's not to like.
Goddamn, nigga, you started worse than Fresh.
Like a Selena. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yo, he did the same shit you do. He started looking like Fresh.
Yeah, for me. Right. No, look, even though like she like.
Cavos, he says, I feel bad now. Don't feel bad, bro. It was a learning experience. We know now not to react to stuff on their Clips channel, because they're, you know, they like to take stuff down, man, especially when we're criticizing them. And you know, maybe I should have done another video. Maybe somebody else did another version and they wouldn't have been able to do something about it. But yeah, that is what it is, bro. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Let's enjoy Flacco stuttering worse than Fresh over here. Coke Penny says you should react to it on Rumble. No, bro. Rumble doesn't play, bro. Especially on YouTube. And Coke Penny, you've had your turn as well to get well, not really copyrighted from me. Yeah, well, one of the Terror of the Android segment got copyrighted, so I had to cut the audio in order to keep the stream up. But yeah, that's all good. Cook Benny says, what if you reacted to Raw Reality's video? Raw Reality's video of which one? I don't think he did Eventual Warlords video. I don't think he did. Maybe he did. I don't know. But let's watch this. I want to laugh for a little bit. This is only 46 seconds. Let's just listen to Flacco.
Bitch DM me knowing like she was, you know, with like, for me, you know, like, again, like she I guess it's not to like.
Goddamn, nigga, you started worse than Fresh.
Like a Selena.
Oh,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yo, he did the same shit you do. He started looking like Fresh.
Yeah, for me. Right. No, look, even though like she like tried to like, I suppose act,
he started Flacco, man.
Right.
He's getting better. He's getting better.
No, listen.
Goddamn.
I knew I was the worst.
Niggas watching the interview like, is my internet?
No, right.
What's going on?
It's lagging.
Bro, you making Fresh look like a fucking, like
listen,
MLK, bro.
No, hey, listen, no. We have a stutter off, but I don't know who's worse. No,
nigga, you're worse, bro, by far.
Nah, but listen, no, but I knew
Stutter Flacco.
Nah, but I knew, bro.
Oh, I thought that was really funny. So Cookbay says Raw Reality did upload Eventual Warlords Call. Okay, well, shit, man. Let's see. Can we go for 2 for 2? Let's do it, man. Let's get off of this one. Yikes. Let's go to Raw Reality. I think actually my video was the next one up, but let's see. So look, Raw Reality. Oh, look, this is at 990K views. That's the video that I did. Nice. Very cool. I wonder what what Eventual Warlords video is on Raw Reality. Let's see. So yeah, his last video was from 9 months ago. Wow. Let's see. He did upload it, so let's see where it was. It has to be from a year ago. Let's go back. Yeah, Raw Reality's taken some time off, hasn't he? Woman claims drama. See, I'll know it by the clothes they're wearing. Let's see, a year ago. Let her go. Get a job. It would have to be like an hour, right? Yeah, it would have to be an hour long. Let's see.
Because the thing is if I
think it got cut again. Hold on. Damn. All right. Well. Yep. That was bad. You should react to on a Rumble. Damn, I'm sorry, Camp. No worries. No worries. Potentially bad connection? No, bro. It's not. Not at all. So here you go. Are you guys still there? Let me know if you guys are, if we're back on here. It says your stream has been temporarily blocked because we detected video belonging to somebody else's. So there you go. No. Yeah, that's not nothing about bad connection, dude. We're good. It's yeah, that's it. Yeah, accept channels from content ID claims. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's what it was. It was because the stream has been blocked because it was detected video belonging to somebody else. That's what that was. So let's see. Let's go back. We're still on, right? Probably no. I don't think so. I don't think it was him. Let's see. I think that might be everything I have. Let me make sure, because let's see. Let's just make sure. I know I had a bunch of stuff that was saved. Let me see. Just want to make sure. Okay, not that one. Not that one.
Can you address the sneaker?
Burning bridges. No, okay, I guess the last thing I can talk about is I guess Angie's. I don't know if you guys probably saw this or not, but this is Angie's little X statement here. Oh, hold on, let me.
Yeah, fine.
Hold on. Go down. Okay. So Angelica Camacho, she says, I don't pack his condoms for him to go fuck other bitches. I buy him condoms and pack if he travels because I know he's going to entertain his options when I'm not with him. Just like any other guy would do it to any girl behind her back. The difference is that he is honest and upfront about it with me. So yeah, I would take a guy that's completely honest with me since day one than a lying piece of shit any day. What he does with his dick is his problem and his business entirely. I have no say in the matter. The only thing I can do is keep him safe. Is get him some sort of protection, and the rest is up to him. I'm not saying I'm the happiest girl in the world, and I'm here jumping in 1 foot to get him condoms. But again, it's his business, and I don't need to know or have anything to do with his business. For me, all these girls he sleeps with are exactly equivalent to of the dude wipes that he uses to clean his ass when he takes a shit. They have a purpose and the reason just as important as toilet paper. I learned this with time, and it took me a bit to understand, but I got the hang of it eventually. I know we don't have a typical conventional relationship that you are used to seeing every day, but quite honestly, I don't give 3 flying fucks what you people think about it, because at the end of the day, it has worked for us for almost 2 years. And then, let me see. Let's go to the next page here. And then she says, now, I say all of that to say this. I'm only writing this because I don't I know you haven't heard from my side how I see the situation. So this is, I hope, all I'm going to say about it. You guys can stop assuming shit about a relationship that doesn't concern you or that you know nothing at all. Excuse my not ladylike bad words, but sometimes they're necessary to emphasize the meaning of some sentences. Don't forget to buy your dude wipes, guys, and start wiping your ass like a champ. I could have sworn that this was like Myron typing, because this part right here, hold on, this part right here where it was like, now I say all that to say this, that's something that Myron says. It just makes sense that this is like, this is Myron typing all of this. But, I don't know, man. As far as like the comments and everything, what people are saying on this, it's it projects a lot of hurt. She definitely is not in the most ideal situation. And yeah, this person says like she should just collect her secretary checks and never speak again about this. Yeah, it makes sense. You know, this is she's in it for the money, man. This is perfect. Yeah, she's really crying, putting on the smile face, whatever. She's really crying. Yeah, it's true, man. But I'm not saying I'm not the happiest girl in the world. We know nobody could be in her situation unless she was completely soulless. That's her life anyway. She makes the active choice to stay in that situation every day. Why do I care? Myron wrote this shit. I'll have to upvote that because that's literally what I just said. Man, y'all gotta leave this woman alone. I know he's going to entertain his options, but I'm not with him, just like any other guy would do it. And then he's like, genuinely sad how damaged this poor girl is. Based on this, she seems to think that literally every guy would cheat when traveling, and thus Myron gets points for telling her. I guess that shows what kind of men she's been around her whole life. The rest is pure cope designed to appeal to the low IQ people who support Amaru Fuddle in his relationship antics. It's weird and kind of tragic because Myron could probably be a good husband and father if he stopped trying to make up for not getting pussy when he was younger. Very, very solid point. So, that's pretty much it, guys. I think I've covered all of the story topics that I had. I'm pretty sure. So, that's going to be it for the evening. Yeah, sorry for the stream going down. That's the first. Hopefully YouTube will stitch all this together and you guys don't have to wait too long. But yeah, other than that, man, I appreciate you guys coming out. It's been a good stream despite it going down twice. But no, I still appreciate you guys hanging out. So thank you so much. And I will see you guys on the next one. You guys take care. And yeah, this is it. This is Camp Hustle 1 out.